It's Veentage band and turn up commissioner on this one. So tell somebody to feel free, cause there ain't no party like Veentage party. You ready now? Let's go. Oh Lord, I can't breathe. Are you slipping? One time. Oh yeah. Oh. Are you ready? Listen. Let's go. Oh Lord. Listen. Pull up. Listen, flop it. Listen. One time. Lock out. One time. Lock out. Oh yeah. Come on. Hey. Come on. Hey. Huh. Are you ready now? What the sound? They want jumping like Suya. Over my body, jump for you. Oh yeah, that's right. That's a breezy. They dance like this, breezy. What's ya? Over my body, see they call you breezy. They come and Mr. Money for no. Listen. I see they go. I'ma be a new. In the show, we will have the show. Now we just run to stand in every show. We got the name, most of that, the name. Look ya. Bad man blow. So them on the low. On the low, they can't them know. What's ya? I'm the shop, it's not the jam. Come on, I don't fuck with the body. Come on. Hey. It's a big fight for the girl, just steady. Hold on. 23, 24, you tell them before me the sub 24. Shall I get you a walk, be the ton, be the no fun. Tell me what to do, what can do. Me and no skin that you. Tell me what to do, what to be happy. Check what you look my body, we have to go candy. Best one, listen. Walking for history, I am greater. Walk up on the gas, I got down, what's the last year? Now I'm one time for you. Everybody stop. Walking for history, I am greater. Walk up on the gas, got down, what's the last year? Now I'm one time for you. Oh yeah. I'll jump over. I'm baby commander. I'm on the duty. I'm on the money, the ginger. I'm guilty because they must ride with the kill. I know what I feel, so it's happy from the view. Go on him, look at the one him, rock to my feet, my man, look at my feet. Oh, God, I love my God, and the whole world, oh, my God, and the world, oh, the fire, lady, let them know. It's no finish, no finish, it's no finish, no finish. Look out, I know we tire everything I'm up to go. Don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me. Everybody turn it up. Listen, I'm in trouble. Do you turn down for me? Do you know oh, many things we can do. Dirty army to you. Do you wire for you tonight? I'll be dancing. Everybody What a big tattoo.
What's here?
Ability, no, you want to
Oh, yeah, now.
better little.
What's here?
I'm better support.
Let's go.
Using the more.
Hey, yo. All the people, let's go. Say what?
One day,
It's an hour.
this day, it's
It's an hour.
one day,
It's an hour.
as long as Nigeria.
Pull up, pull up. Say what? Let's go. Arabataya. Listen.
Have you ever seen a nigga like one?
Have you ever seen a nigga like one?
They tell every ladies wanna give me one.
And then the never ladies wanna give me
See, we know the smoke weed, we know the smoke cigar.
We don't smoke, we know the smoke cigar.
I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna move on.
Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord.
I know you fuck it, so you must.
What's that?
I
What?
get tired, girl, I get.
What you saying?
You don't like me, all you want.
Now you know.
I'm fighting to all I
Now you know, now you
All
know.
my guys won't follow us.
Hey, yeah.
But the sky keep falling down.
Arabataya. Say what, what?
I'm still your one.
Listen. Get the dancing shoes on. Say what, what? Oh yeah. Hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, you already know. The number one band in Africa. Veentage, band.
It's odd. If something's free, people just can't resist it. More baffling is that people turn down free money.
I left my comfort zone. I don't even know.
When beauty calls, I must show.
Energy. What?
Papa Moro already knew I did.
One time.
Papa Moro already knew I did.
Giddy up.
Papa Moro already knew I did.
Let's go.
All you need a help, I do plan.
Hop it.
All you think go out, that's all already. You got it down, but just push it, Papa Moro already knew I did. All you need a help, I do plan.
Twang it.
Now you know,
Now you know.
now you know,
Now you know.
you know,
You know.
all I sing now.
Let's go. Yeah.
Now you know,
Now you know.
now you know.
Now you know.
You better not get good.
Oh yeah. I got one.
How much is money?
How much is money?
Money.
Money. The Veentage or nothing. Now you know. Now you know. What's here? Oh Lord. Oh yeah. Listen. Oh yeah. Welcome everybody. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. We have a fantastic show lined up for you today. All right. Yes, it's Sunday. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday. Happy brand new week. Happy brand new month. Happy May 2026. Isn't that awesome? All right, ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. Please. Let's bring everybody else into the room. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Shout out to Noma Drino. Shout out to Pressing. Please tell me why I should recognize you as so I don't recognize the name. Good to see you. But hit the like button. Thank you. And we're gonna get the show started right now. Okay, just make sure you turn on that like button, and then we'll get started with the show. I'll be right back.
This is Ola Akman of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
Welcome back. Good to see you again. My name is Ola, coming to you live from our Empire Pro Studios. We're going to continue the conversation with Banky. We've had a few comments on the previous video that we did, and I thought we should talk about this. My name is Avi. Well, shout out to you, Avi. Shout out to Babes Wins. I see you, Babes Wins. Good to see you. Shout out to you, Avi. Just hit the like button as you're coming in. So let's talk about Banky W and this backlash. As you know, we've had maybe a couple of conversations about Banky W and his beautiful wife, Adesua. They are both actors, Nollywood actors. Banky is also a singer. Banky is also the person responsible for the Wizkid. If you know Wizkid as a major top 3 Afrobeat artist. So we're following up on the explosive reaction that we saw on the Banky W interview that he did with Teju Babyface, where he revealed that his wife does not cook, and the comment section has taken the whole, like it went viral, you know, like it's become a battlefield, right? On one side, people are defending the modern blueprint, right? Arguing that giving birth, just like you said, is a life and death sacrifice that far outweighs any kind of kitchen duties like cooking. Like, how dare you, right? Others are mocking men who want traditional wives, right? Is it a crime for a man to want a traditional wife? Telling them to go marry their mothers. Ladies, this is not fair. Let's be fair to the men who want what they want. What is wrong with wanting what you want? Ladies, I'm talking to you now. What is wrong with wanting what you want? You want what you want. Is that a crime? Not your mother, of course. We're not talking about your mother, right? We're talking about you want what you want. Okay? So people, I've seen quite a few comments, you know. That's interesting because actually the cooking thing, right? A lot of people, even in the Western world, they're now taking themselves to cooking class, right? They're learning cooking. But it looks like on this side of the world, we're Africans. In the diaspora at home, we're arguing about something else, right? So there's a massive wave, like I said, of critics calling the transparency cringe as well. You know, even the wife at that moment in time, the wife was like, let me play this video for you so you can understand, just in case you missed that part of the show when we did it. Let me play it for you so it can make sense to you. Hold on, Banky. Let's share this. Okay, here we go. Listen to this. This is what he said.
Men, my wife must cook for me. My wife does not really cook. She can cook very well, but it's not.
Tread carefully.
It's not her thing.
So even the wife, can we stop fronting here? Even the wife said, tread carefully. Can we be fair to the men who want what they want? Even the wife, the woman said, tread carefully. Why did she say tread carefully? I wonder why. What point is she trying to prove to anybody? Let's continue.
It's not her thing. But see the way God works, right? I love
He loves cooking.
Like, I enjoy it.
And I love eating.
And she loves eating, and I love eating too. And it just means that if you come to our house, there are some people that will come to and see us and me cooking, and they'll be like, what's this? You know, it will make some people uncomfortable. But it works for us.
Now, the fact that it makes some people uncomfortable, that's weirdo behavior. If you go to somebody's house and you see the man cooking without understanding the dynamic between them, that's weirdo behavior, by the way. You know, come on, like, it's 2026, right? But again, let's keep going.
And I think that's the thing that people in marriage need to understand is like,
What works
for you will be different from somebody else. So don't live your life by somebody else's expectations or rules. There are some men.
All right, so it said what works for you, but what is you, right? You in this context means both of you. We'll come back to that later on. You in this context means both of you. So in other words, if there's no oneness between you and your husband, you might want to pay attention to that. All right, but I want to read some of the comments that I saw. Shout out to Margaret. Margaret said, which part of humiliation is this? Okay, because it says public humiliation. Well, it's because of how persons that say, hey, tread carefully. You know, some people are of the opinion, they have the right to the opinion, they're of the opinion like something you should keep to yourself. I don't see the big deal in this, as long as they can back it up and be sure of themselves, right? Somebody said, this type of witchcraft, they shock me, self. So somebody said, anybody can cook and feed 100,000 people, but for a woman to go through a process of giving birth and life and death, right? I think Banky also, in the full episode on Teju Babyface, which I will link again in the description, Teju I mean, she mentioned that somebody said they should marry their mothers. Vicious, kilo day, vicious. They should marry their mothers if they want marriages like their parents. You're not. Let me guess. You don't want to engage the conversation. Okay, that's fair. Shout out to Film Girl. Film Girl, I see you say it's jealousy and small-minded people that will have an issue with what Banky said. What's the big deal? Adesua definitely has her own strengths she brings to the marriage. Please, I'm finding who will be cooking for me too with love. You see, with my see. Look at where you ended it, Film Girl. Anyway, may God provide a husband that will cook for you. Somebody said anybody can cook. Guys, wake up from your parents' marriage. It's best you discuss with your mother. Ha! Kilo de. Obìnrin kilo de. Kila gbe kile ju. What are we talking about? Kile so. It's just a simple thing like cooking that we're talking about. What is the big deal? Ha! Do you have to call somebody's mother into this? Wow. Anyway, so shout out to Ify. That was Ify. Shout out to Ify. Teddy said there's nothing wrong with what he said there. Absolutely, I agree. Chinye, shout out to Chinye. Chinye says, how is this cringe-worthy though? I don't get it. Let me be patient and watch the rest of the video as I'm 3 minutes and 43 minutes in. Anyway, yes, Chinye, complete the video first. But anyway, I wanted to bring this. I will tell you a little bit more about why I wanted to bring this up to speed. But honestly, I think somebody said, I was listening to somebody, one of my guys on TikTok earlier on actually said, we have a tendency to major in the minors. I honestly think cooking issues is more of a symptom. Okay? But I have a question for you, right? Real quick. It's a follow-up question, right? I'll ask you, but then I'm going to give my opinion, right? For you personally, in your own marriage, have you found that cooking was a major issue, right? And if that's the case, are you willing to tell us the rest of the story, right? Because here's the thing, I'm willing to bet with my monthly livelihood that there are deeper issues, okay? There's a behavior, there's an underlying behavior here with regards to cooking. Like the underlying behavior could be one of two, right? It could be comparing yourself to other couples out there. It could also be a completely like an outrageously unreasonable husband. So for example, you came back from work, right? You're tired, but he's just nagging all around the house because there's no food in the kitchen, right? You can almost feel the tension. You can cut it with a knife. That's one issue. But then there's the other issue where you're comparing yourself, right? You haven't taken the time to really assess your situation to see what is going on in your own marriage. There's a place you get to. Comparison is natural is healthy, especially if you're in Poto, right? Shout out to Chinye. I think I see Chinye in the chat. If you find yourself in a mud, if you find your relationship in a mud, Chinye says, is this still a topic? He never said Ades can't cook. He just said it's not her favorite thing to do. Yeah, we're talking about the comments. Yes, Chinye, you know I go into the comments sometimes, right? I see both sides of this comment. It goes viral usually because there's polarized views on both sides, right? And it's because people are taking this cooking thing too seriously, maybe rightfully so. Because again, if you have a very unreasonable husband and his highlight of his bad behavior is cooking of a thing, then it's only natural for you to make cooking a big deal. But I can probably bet that cooking was not a big deal to you until the way it makes you feel. What does it make you feel is what you should be paying attention to, right? Do you feel overwhelmed? Do you feel somebody doesn't understand you? Somebody is unreasonable, like I said. Somebody doesn't even consider you, the fact that you've gone all day, right? It's not necessarily that cooking is not the office of a woman. That's not the main point of contention, even though that is true, right? The main point of contention, that's this spread into other areas of life where there's unrealistic expectations that's hitting you in the face all the time. This person expects you to be a superwoman. It's not just cooking. Maybe even with the children, he doesn't know how to pay attention to when you just need a breathing room. Like you want to go and crash in the bedroom and he can handle a couple of things, make sure the kids are okay. even if it's temporarily. I'm willing to bet that the issue is deeper than cooking. Because guess what? There are people that don't, because if it was about cooking, it would be true for every woman. But the fact that there's some women that don't even want you near their kitchen tells me that the issue is not really cooking. For some women is like, I don't cook, like Adesua. I don't cook, it's not my thing. But as you can see, it's not an issue for them. But why is it not an issue for them? It's because he said something at the end of that video. He said, do what works for you, but you need to define what works for you. Because sometimes when we say what works for you, it's people that nothing is working for that say, do what works for you. What works for you in this context will be two people that have agreed. And if you can't get to agreement, you dump the other person. But my bet is that it's not that easy to dump that person. So that means we must have a deeper conversation than just making it about cooking. But I want to know, I'm going to ask you the question again. The question is very, very simple, right? Is this really about cooking, cleaning? I mean, it's something else. Can you explain it, the deeper issue that's going on here? If you can, I'll be willing to read more comments from you. Because if you think it's not a woman's office to cook, you're right. Okay? Already, you're right.
Oh, you're right.
And if you think it is the office of a woman, it is your job, do your role, woman, you're also right.
Oh, you're right.
The problem, though, is that pressure one.
Everything I do, I will. Pressure to what?
The pressure is that pressure war. Just the fact that you're right is clearly not enough, right? People say love is not enough. Love is not enough. Speaking of love is not enough, we're going to get to that in a second, right? Pressure to what? Just because you're right is not enough. Let's have a deeper conversation. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Let's move on to some other trendy topics around the world, and I will be right back.
This is Ola, man of prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
Welcome back. Let's talk about Nia Long. Chie, I bet you love Nia Long. I bet you love Nia Long. Let's talk about Nia Long. I love Nia Long. Okay. I love Nia Long. But let me see something here. Where is my topic? I can't find my topic, guys. Let me pull it up real quick. So what we're talking about is called the 24-hour rule. There's something called the 24-hour rule created by Nia Long. All right, Nia Long is she's a Hollywood star. She's 55 years old, and she has set what I call a hard line for any man trying to enter her life. Any man trying to enter her life. Let me see here. But let me look at this real quick. Okay, so here's what she said. No, let me play the video for you so it makes sense. Let me play the video for you, then it makes sense. All right, let's listen in.
Way of dating is so I don't even understand what's happening. First of all, if I text you and you take a day, I'm never talking to you again. I'm never talking to you again. New way of dating is so I don't even understand what's happening. First of all, if I text you and you take a day, I'm never talking to you again. I'm never talking to you again. New way of dating is so
listen to it
I
again.
don't even understand what's happening. First of all, if I text you and you take a day, I'm never talking to you again. I'm never talking to you again.
All right, ladies, I have a question for you. Do you feel the same way about this? Do you feel the same way about this? Would you set this same 24-hour rule for yourself if a man doesn't text you, or do you think it's a stretch? If he doesn't text you, remember, he could just be a busy guy. It could be a high-value man. Think about that for a second. A high-value man. Somebody said, what is a high-valued man? Do we take that to the bank? No. What do you think about that? Do you think, as a high-value man, do you think it's okay if it takes 3 weeks, not 3 weeks, maybe 3 days to respond back to you? No, even if you text him first, like he just took his time, but by the time he got back to you, he's able to give you the time that you're looking for, gives you attention. Maybe, you know how you ladies would say, quality time, right? He wants to make sure he gives you the quality time, right? Would you set that rule? Now, she's 55. It looks like she's been out of the game for a second. So maybe she's talking from the lens of a 55-year-old woman. Some of you that are Gen Zs, would you set the same rules? I mean, it's not that deep. It can get to you when it gets to you, right? After all, we're trying to be intentional. How's that? We're just trying to be intentional. Just, I think it's fair too. Like if you say, hey, it's my rule, it's my rule, it's my opinion is my opinion. It doesn't matter. If you can't get back to me, to hell with you. But right now it's trendy. They call it the 24-hour rule. It's trendy because I guess it targets, the popular thing right now, which is intentional effort in modern dating. Be sure of what you want. If he's not living up to par, if he's not doing what he's supposed to do, kick him to the curb. Let him go. All right. But to be fair, in the full video, she added additional context. She said it's not about being clingy, right? But who is determining what is clingy and what is not clingy? Who is determining what is clingy, right? And at what point do you cross the line of just auditing a man's actual value with how soon he gets back to you? Could you potentially lose out on a good man by setting this kind of rules for yourself? Right? Is that fair? Is that fair to a modern man, high status, high value man, 6-figure man who is busy, or it's near long being too rigid? Let me see what Chinye is saying. Wait. Oh, let me see. Toby and Tribe. Hi, Toby and Tribe. So don't you think the people upset about Banky cooking most of the time are those who believe in defined gender roles? They are, absolutely. It's mostly them. Yeah, that's a good point. There are people that probably are terrible with low tolerance, or they don't even get that far because people are paying attention to your rhetoric online. By the way, people can go back and see all the places you comment, right, and the kind of comments you leave. Okay, just so you know. I don't think it matters to most of you anyway, because after all, you're saying it with your full chest. Chia said, I sure do. You sure do what? She looks amazing. Okay, she looks amazing. 24 hours. Yes, is that bad? Is that bad? All right. Yeah, Uncle Beno, I'll drop the link very soon. Hold on one second. Let me see here. High value, my left. Hey, Chinye Kilo Day. If you're still getting to know each other, is different. But if you guys are together, it shouldn't take 24 hours. No. It's a date. They went on a date. Okay, let me drop that link. They went on a date, and I'm dropping the link because your opinions, guys, is priority for me, as I always say. So feel free to jump in and join the conversation. It's a first date now. It's a first date. Okay? So now with that clarification, Chinye, is it okay if it takes at least 3 days to get back to you? Maybe 3 weeks as a high value man. You can type busy right now, talk later, or simply type be right. So you would understand if you say busy right now. I send you a text within that busy right now, and it gets back to you like 48 hours later. You would understand. So you're saying Neil Long is being too rigid here. Is that what you're saying, Toby and Tribe? When a man is into you, trust me, it will not take him 24 hours to respond. Okay, that's fair. Okay, like all men. Some men are just high value men. It's not like they're not into, okay. Absolutely not. So men are just high value men. It's not like they're not really into you, but they're just, they're putting their purpose first. I advise men to put their purpose even before themselves. Something that will live long after they're long gone. Something that's more about legacy for them. Now, it's fair if you say, but that's not just your job, right? It's just this 1 hour. Just this, what's wrong with just a few minutes of conversation, right? But it looks like you ladies are saying, like, listen, if he's not calling me within 24 hours, at least Nia Long is saying that. If he's not calling within 24 hours, he's not into me, and that's okay. Right? That's what it's sounding like to me, if you ask me, And, she's just been intentional, just like the man is being intentional with his purpose too, right? So now the question is love. The question is that at what point, love, when does love start to matter again? Life can get lonely. You need companionship. So all this, when is this rule too tight? When is it too, right? He got that posture. Anyway, shout out to Adetola Loves. He said, hello everyone. No, it's not okay. He is not that into her. Okay, so it's simply not that into her. Okay, so it's not okay to stay 48 hours. What if he calls 48 hours later on? You won't pick up the phone? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying you won't pick up the phone if he calls 48 hours? Because she said, no, you're blocked, done. Blockity block. Your hot mess, high value making money are different things. I know you are trolling. No, I'm not trying to troll. Let me bring my high value making. Uncle Bedo, you don't mute. Use your earpiece, Baba. You hear me? Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, they hear you.
How are you, sir? Happy Sunday to you.
Happy Sunday. Can you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you. Talk to me. Yeah. You don't follow the show?
Yeah. I'm watching.
Okay. Yes, sir. Well, thanks for joining, Baba.
No problem. Shout out to all the Prestige fam. Sister Chi, my troublemaker, Sister Chi.
She's pulling my leg here already. She said I'm trolling. I'm not trolling, no. It's a question.
I'm not trolling. When you started talking about this, I just say, you know what, let me jump on this one because I was gonna do a reaction on this one also. They share it at the backstage, but then politics comes up and I'm like, hey, I have some political people on our community, let me just do politics. So when I see you talking about it, I'm just like, oh, better opportunity for me to drop my take. So basically MOP,
but we could still bring them to real farm now so we can drag it out.
Let's sort it out here. Anywhere, but let's attend to it now. I think women are over flogging this issue of 24-hour text. I'm sorry. I have to stand on my own position here, make no best. I think women are doing too much with this 24 hours rule or whatever. Remember, this is coming from, how old is this lady now? 50-something years old lady, right?
She's 55. I can hear you. I'm muted. She's 55.
All right. She's 55 and she's saying, I'm not going to do this. If I text you 24 hours, I don't get a text, you are blocked, you are this, you are that. She has the liberty to say that. I'm sorry. She can say that. She has seen life. And she also have a reason for saying what she said. Situations are not the same.
Better sound. Thanks for switching that up.
Oh, he was making noise before?
Yeah, you weren't on the right microphone, I think.
Oh, sorry, bro. You are probably hearing from my laptop. Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
So what I'm saying is that for her to come out and say, I text you 24 hours and then get 24 hours, these are all rubbish talk. I'm sorry. Coming from someone from my age. And this is where I usually warn younger ladies that you got to be careful. This is somebody who I've seen, like, she's 50-something years old. She can establish any rule. Now, let's come back to we as men. I asked a question when this thing was shared in our backstage, and I'm like, you as a lady, when you text somebody, you text a man, 1 hour after you text him, you didn't hear from him. 2 hours later, you still don't hear from him. By 3 hours top, what stopped you from calling? I don't know if you hear my point, MOP.
I can hear you. I can hear you. So you're suggesting that it's okay for women to make that call. I mean, they've been on the date already, so just call him. You know, if you're waiting and you're yearning to hear from him, and call him. You know, I can rock with that. You know, I can rock with that. Yeah. But what did the ladies? What did they say in the backstage?
Oh, you know, of course, they want us to iron it out, but we have like 3 topics going on in the backstage. So we were just like, the 3 topics were hot. So we're like, okay, maybe we should take this to the live show or something. But my position is what I'm telling you right now. If a guy, let me flip it in case for sisters that are hearing right now and think that, oh, here we go again. This Uncle Benoit has gone crazy again. I would say this, if a man should tell me, hey, UB, I have this rule. If I should text a woman and in 24 hours I didn't hear from that woman, it's over. It's over. I'm not going to stand it. The same thing I'm saying right now is what I'll say to the man. When you text her and 1 hour you haven't heard from her, 2 hours later, nothing from her. By 3 hours stop, what stopped you from calling her? Do you know if something happened to her?
So the same thing goes for the men too, basically.
Yeah, across board, MOP. Because to me, this is where a lot of people just come up with nonsense rules that really don't make sense, that shout selfish, I'm selfish. That's the way it sounds to me. If you don't have issue with somebody, nothing just happened. The only thing is you are not seeing each other. I don't see you, you don't see me. I text you. I did hear from you 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Why can't I think that, oh, maybe something is wrong with this person? Let me check on this person. Now, if I call you, you pick out the phone, and I'm like, hey, what happened? I text you. I didn't hear from you. That's the reason why I'm giving you a call. And you're like, oh, you know, I just feel I'm going to get back to you anyway. Hey, now I'm making my decision. I don't know if you get my logic, MOP.
Yes, now, I get it, but Uncle Beno, what about the possibility, 2 possibilities, that he's just not that into her? What about the second possibility that she can also be considered clingy by from a woman's standpoint? At least first, let's discuss from a woman's standpoint, because Nia Long is a woman and women will relate with this a lot. And there's a lot of them getting ghosted too these days. And nobody likes rejection. Even men don't like rejection, right? So what about the fear of rejection? Like, what about just waiting and let him reach out as the man? What's wrong with that?
MOP, she said, if I text. Is that not the right word she used?
She said, did she say if I text? Let me go back, because I know they remember quotes. I know they remember quotes like that, you know.
She said, if you don't reply my text within 24 hours. What does that indicate?
Let me play it. Let me play it. I think it's a reply. I think she's saying reply. Yeah, hold on.
Of dating is so I don't even understand what's happening. First of all, if I text you and
okay,
a day, I'm never talking to you again. I'm never talking to you again.
Okay, that's fair. So she said, if I text you and you take a day, I'm never talking to you again. Okay, so that makes all the difference for you. Is that what you're saying, Uncle Beno? So, but it's hard that text. So she's expecting a reply. So you're saying after 3 hours, text again.
Not text again. MOP.
What? Yeah, I'm listening. I can hear you.
I am not saying text again. Call.
Call. Make a call.
Yes.
Call. Just ring the bell. Just don't text again.
That's all.
Okay, let me read some comments, Uncle Bendo, because some people are pushing against you here. Let me read some comments. Ade Tola Love said, no, Uncle Ben, no. Just as the uncle has 48-hour standard, there are some who have a shorter threshold. Just know your standard, okay? Just note them so you can respond. Toby and Tribe said, this type of woman is probably looking for a responsive man. She wants someone who communicates. She just wants him to acknowledge her, even if he is busy, to let her know. That's the one she said earlier. So just say B, I'll call you right back or something like that. Chie says the man is the one in pursuit. He should call for sure. Okay. But Chie, do you agree that it's okay to call once you text and he doesn't respond? Cool Mama, shout out to Cool Mama, good to see you. Chie said a small acknowledgement is okay. Like call you right back. We'll call you back. Call you back. Something like that. Uncle Beno. If a man doesn't text that back, does the woman have the right to block him? Just a simple text.
Here is it for me. Just like I said, a woman text, he didn't reply. 3 hours later, give him a call. If you don't give him a call, you don't check up on him or something, whatever you want to do, you can go ahead and do it. Continue to do like that with every man that cross your path.
Wala, Uncle Bedo.
When you reach certain age, we will ask you why, what happened? How come nobody have found you and pick you out this way? With how beautiful, intelligent, and smart that you are.
Jesus. Uncle
No, we got to
Bedo.
be honest with ourselves.
8 hours to reply. If they reply, now immediate block. Now immediate
You
blocking.
block me, I can't even hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? Now I can hear you.
No, you mute me briefly there. I don't know, maybe you were playing something.
No, I never muted you. I don't know where the mute button is there. I never muted you. Yeah. You can hear me, right? It's probably when we're talking back and forth, sometimes overrides my voice, might override yours. Adesua Love says, except they had a family emergency, they are sick or something serious. Chinye said, I wouldn't block him, but I will pay very close attention. What about a woman? Would you say it's okay for a woman to just pay attention to that behavior? Do you think there's anything wrong at all with a man going a whole 48 hours? Even if it's as simple as he's not interested, is that possible?
That something is wrong?
No, that is just not interested.
Now it depends. It depends on. I don't really get the full context, but I just know I've heard of this situation before, whereby I asked the same question, and a couple of sisters who heard that question, they were like, "Oh, I see." That's just what I'm saying here. Okay. You have to confirm. Setting a rule and say it just apply like that, we make a woman lose some great men. You know why? Mm-hmm. For instance, there are some men that if we work MOP, I don't know where some people work. You know, some people work in a place where you don't hold your phone for 8 hours, right?
And 8 hours without one now.
No. You don't get what I'm saying now.
No, I get you.
Let me explain.
The answer is yes. Some people do work in places where they can't hold the phone. Yes.
Now, somebody like me, I work in a place where maybe I don't have to hold my phone for 12-hour shift. I just met you. We've gone on a date. Everything was okay and all that. Now you text me. Maybe I just clock in at work. 1 hour later, you text me. I don't even see my phone or something. Then I came around like maybe 10 hours later. I pick up my phone. I see your text. And I'm like, she texts. I now check the time. I see you've texted me like 9 hours ago. I check my missed call or something. I don't see anything like a missed call. Some men also carry coin for head. You can just be like, oh, wow. 9 whole hours. You don't even check to see if I'm okay. Maybe she's not just for me. And that's it. That is how you get to 24 hours. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that. But she's the one that texts last. And you have been at work for 8 hours. Mm-hmm. So now you see the text, you still no respond. And she's saying at 24 hours I'm blocking you. Do you think she's being fair? Or you think
Good
that's
luck
not
to her
fair?
24 hours. In fact, she should block me from 5 hours. Sef.
Okay.
No, let's call it what it is. These are people who only think of themselves. What makes you can't even think that maybe he's in an accident? Maybe
they just went on a date. Okumendo, they just went on a date yesterday. She's not his mother now.
No. I won't condone that. What I would tell people is you text 3 hours later, no reply, try to reach out. Just to confirm your bias. You see what I'm saying here? Just to confirm your bias that this guy is really a jackass. Call him. If he picks, hello, yeah, this is Jackie. I just wanted to know that you are okay. And then he's like, oh, sure, I'm okay. Thanks for checking. You can ask one more.
If a girl I took out on a date yesterday, she texts me 3 hours. Let me tell my own now. Okay. If she texts me 3 hours later, and then 3 hours later she now call me a day for work in between shifts. She now say, I'm just checking if you're okay. I feel look at her some type of way, like she was okay, sha. You can't wait. You know.
Now you are getting the dream now, MOP. Because we are human, we function differently. You see how it come off to you? To me, I will see like, oh wow, she texted me 3 hours ago. Because everybody get their own standard. For me, I'm the type that if you text me, if I see the message, instantly I will open the message.
Okay.
If I see it's something critical that I have to take my time before I respond, I can just say, sure, I'll get back to you. I will reply immediately. You see what I'm saying now?
I see what you're saying.
Now, if it now happens that I did not see that message for a long time, and you don't bother to check why I did not reply, for somebody like me, I'll start feeling like, oh, really? All right. Especially when I just meet you, when I know say I have something to offer, bro, I don't want to deal with a woman like that. That's just my point. You would rather stay your day, I day my day. I don't want to, because now how they take start with this. This have me written all over it. Forget all this rule. Like I said, everybody with their own rule. This is American rule. Anyway.
Rule now water, rule yakpa everywhere.
I don't want to deal with you. You don't see me, you don't know what happened.
And you're making assumptions. And the first thing you want to do is block in 24 hours. I can see that angle.
Block me, I dodge a bullet. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, let's hear Chiye. Chiye has come here. She's following you down here. Chiye, yeah, talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me, Chiye. What's your... Let me get your take, then I'll move on to the next trendy story because I want your takes on it too.
Okay.
Sister Chiye, don't start.
All right, this is what I'm going to say, right? You know, I wouldn't be too rigid, but I want to respond to what Beno said, like, oh, if you text me and you don't call me to see why I didn't respond. I'm like, are you kidding me? Who you be? Okay, this is what I mean by who you be. My thing is...
First of all, Chiye, how have you been? I miss you. What happened?
I'm going to reach out to you. Don't worry.
Okay, all right.
I'll talk to you. Yeah, I've had you in mind. Yeah. But, no, okay, so one is for Ben to say, oh, if you text me and you didn't call to see why I didn't respond, like, are you kidding me? So you're not going to give me credit for me reaching out. Tell myself, oh, if I don't call you to see why you didn't call, like, what kind of entitled mess is that? But what I have to say though is I wouldn't block the person. I will pay very close attention just to see if it was like a one-off, you know, because like, you know, anything could happen. If it's a one-off, okay, let him at least explain himself. But if I notice there's a pattern, okay, no, we're not finna do that. But if it's a one-off, fine. And like he said, I understand the whole thing about, okay, I'm at work, Like me, where I work, I can't take my phone inside. I have to lock it up, in the locker. And then, but we go out and check our phone because like we have children. We'd go out and check your phone real quick. You can check your phone on your way home. 12 hours is not 24 hours. And when you check your phone, you can use that opportunity to catch up real quick, or if you have the time, or just say, "Oh, okay, I'm at work now. I'll hit you up later," or something like that. Because like it's important, like in the very beginning, to see. You don't want to give the impression that you're pressed and you're pursuing the man. You want, like, as the woman, you're like, okay, like the man should show that he is interested and want, even at least in that very beginning steps. That's even the time when the man should show some type of interest, as opposed to, oh, we're starting to get bored or whatever. But in that very beginning, he'll be trying to impress you and all whatnot. But if you're already acting like witty, see you later. But I wouldn't just block the person. I would at least just see what's going on, watching you with side eye, and then if you do it anyhow, you see anyhow. That's my own take.
Okay, Uncle Beno, what do you say to that?
No, she's right. She already said what I wanted. She said she will not block the person off, that she's going to at least get to understand what really went down. Is that not what you say, Sister Chinye?
Yeah.
She won't block. She will at least chill. Like, let them breathe at least. Let them reach out.
That's my point, MOP. You see, I know ladies will not like the take I have right now, but I'm telling you, it helps. Don't just cut people off without having strong proof that this is who they are. You see what I'm saying, MOP?
I get you.
All of a sudden, I couldn't hear you guys again.
Maybe Uncle Beno, can you hear me?
Now I hear you and Ben. Now I hear you guys.
Okay.
For a second, it went off.
Yeah, StreamYard is still trying to figure themselves out. But yes. Okay, go ahead, Uncle Beno. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
You can hear Uncle Beno now. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, I've seen a lot of ladies make this mistake, thinking human beings are machine. I have this rule, it has to be that way. Sometimes that's how you get to lost really good people. So you text this person, it takes 1 hour, 2 hours, because by my own standard, make I tell you now, MOP. By my own standard, I believe all things being equal, if nothing is taking your time or anything, the highest your message should land on your phone before you reply to be like 1 hour. By my own standard too.
Personally, right? Okay.
Like
okay.
If I text somebody, I catch you up, I send a message. I have that 1 hour grace of that. Oh, especially your own person, a lovey person. And I know that this person, you are probably not working in a place where you can't have access to your phone. I give you 1 hour grace. If you don't reply in 1 hour, now I'm worried.
Okay, now worried, not to block.
No. We are wired differently. Me, I am worried that probably something is up. That's why this person is not replying this message.
Right.
Then my mindset will now be like, oh, I hope this person is okay. Now, if it's going to 2 hours, I don't hear. It doesn't take me anything. I will give you a call. You feel me now, MOP?
I get you. So at least, I think if you're into that person, right? I do agree that if you took somebody out on a date, generally, or you accept a date to the person, you're probably into that person. But if you're into them enough, what you're suggesting will probably be the best move, right? You're concerned. You had a good time. Obviously, that's why you're reaching out to them. You send them a text. So at least you would give them some level of grace, and reach out, call, at least give them some time to reach out back. Because you're right, Uncle Bedo, anything could have happened to that person.
Period.
But I'm still feeling a little iffy because, there's a fine line here. There's a point you get to that you can easily, especially from a lady's standpoint, you can easily come off as too cheap, too desperate, right? But I guess it would depend on the dynamics of that of the date, how the date went, because sometimes you don't the pick sign up from the date. This person is a little funny, but okay, I'll give them a chance. And then now they're not replying for 24 hours. You're already on the edge.
Exactly. Like what?
You know, so it would depend, you know, and yes, it would depend on the type of personality you have as a person. Uncle Beno is right about that. But I think there are other factors. Factors like the environment we're in. This dating scene right now, Uncle Beno. This dating scene right now, Baba, everybody's aura for aura. Is aura for aura.
And that's why they are getting the result they are getting now. We have to remember we are human first.
Yeah, that's
we have
true.
to remember
That's
that
true.
we are human first. And that is why I always encourage people that approach from the human angle. That's what I tell people. Approach from the human angle. Human first, romance second.
Human first, romance second.
Yes.
Hey, Jesus, Uncle Beno, you go kill me.
You don't get what I'm saying now.
I get you.
Humanity
Trust
first,
me.
Romance is secondary. That is why a lot of people are missing it.
Uncle Beno, let me ask you this question before I move on to the next segment. I need you on the next segment, I beg, okay? What do you think about the phrase, in love and war, all is fair?
Well, those are the people who want to do bad both.
You don't think it's absolutely true?
No, it's all about bad. But when you say in love and war, all is fair, it means that whatever the outcomes, take it.
Yeah,
That's
precisely.
my own interpretation to it.
Yes, precisely.
Yeah, so that is bad both.
But you don't think it's absolutely true? No, the war part is both, but the love part is not love now.
all is not fair. All is not fair in both love and war, because the outcome matters. What's the outcome of going to war? Is it not somebody might end up being a loser and the other one being a conqueror? In love, do we want to have a loser in love? We don't. So I don't agree with that. I see people use that phrase a lot. Yeah, in love and war, all is fair. To me, all is not fair, because in war, somebody is going to lose, somebody is going to be the winner. Do you want to apply the same thing to love? Should one person lose in love and one person win? You see what I'm saying now? So that's why I don't agree with that.
It's perspective, right? Let me say this so we can move on to. I'll say this. I'll read the poll. But guys, vote on the polls, right? I'll say this, right? It's perspective. It's how you see it, right? It's a matter of what angle you are looking at it from, right? The angle I look at it from is that it's two possibilities. You can face your partner and they do basketballs with your partner, or you can get your partner on your team and fight the world. Okay? So in other words, there's still a winner, there's a loser. You and your partner can win together, or one person can just try to win all by themselves, which means they are loser in that relationship, but they are still playing that game. And in that, it is still fair. Because the reason why that saying is a very ancient saying, and in my opinion, it's an absolute saying. It's just to allow us to humble ourselves when it comes to relationships. What the other person is seeing is not often what you're seeing. That means relax, take the time, listen. Not just listen to what they're saying, but where they're coming from. Meaning, sometimes you have to chill and say, what do you mean by that? Try to understand where they're coming from. Or can you tell me what you mean by this one? It's a lot of patience. It takes a lot of patience, right? So it's actually you still trying to win with that person, right? Or you can both be losers together in that relationship. It just depends on what angle of it you are seeing it from. Some people see it as two-dimensional. Other people see it as a three-dimensional or a 360 view type of thing. You know, all of us, we get blind spot at the end of the day, right? So somebody can think they are winning and be effectively losing. They might be winning. They might say, I don't care. But, you know, when like 3 years from now, like you were saying, even if you are setting crazy rules for yourself in this dating scene, you probably go just collect eventually, because it usually means you don't have tolerance. You have very low tolerance. Now, with that being said, there is game, Uncle Beno. There's game. If a person is not texting you back, it's okay to relax. Go and find something to do. Don't bombard them with text. I know I just said bombard. But for some people, bombard is a real thing, right? So I will just chill. I'll wait for them to reach out. And I think it's okay to pick up the phone and call, like you said, as long as you are doing it from a very strong place. As long as it's grounded in self-love. Because if the person no reply now, you won't tackle the person as soon as they reply. That's the problem. You have to be sure of yourself before you do such text, is what I'm saying. But all of us, in my opinion, I think we are right about it. It just depends. It depends on the situation. But I'll give my full opinion on that on the last segment. But let's look at the polls. Uncle Bernard, I'll tell you what people are saying. So we have the question on the... Oh, I took it out. Let me put it back on. If someone takes over 24 hours... I'm doing your style now, Uncle Bernard, polls. If someone takes over 24 hours to reply to your text during the dating phase, what is your move? And the options we have is the near long way, block and delete. The second option says the patient way, give them a pass. I think that's the Uncle Beno way, actually.
No, not to give them a pass. That's
don't
not
give
my
them a
way.
pass. Okay. I'll tell you your way in a second. Then there's another one here. Say match their energy, aura for aura. That's 2026 way of dating. The Uncle Beno way. This is probably closer to Uncle Beno way. Wait for their explanation. Is that closer, Uncle Beno?
That's my way.
That's your way. Okay. All right. So let me see. We have 50%. You won, Uncle Beno. 50% says wait for their explanation.
Oh, really?
Yes. 33% says match their energy, aura for aura. And this is so exciting, Uncle Beno. This is what you've been enjoying. Everybody go and join Uncle Beno when you get a chance on this platform. 17% say give them a pass. And nobody agreed with near long, 0%. That's interesting. After you have a conversation, you see that these things can drift in any direction, right? Let me see what they're saying in the chat. Toby and Tribe says, I think Uncle Beno is just saying be patient and see his character. Let him show his behavior for a while. What is even the point of waiting for reply? Anyway, if your life is full, will their reply matter? That's a good point. Be busy too, okay? Don't be waiting around. It doesn't mean you can't show that you like a person. You can show you can care, that you're actually into them. And it's okay if they say, I'm not into you later on. You know, all of us don't collect breakfast before. So it's all good. Last, everybody go chop breakfast. If you ask me for a date, you must be looking for something in me. Kudiratu says, Kudiratu Tyro. This is Tyro that I know. Are you from the Ijebu place? It's probably all of them from Ijebu. I don't know. Are you from Jersey by any chance? Kudiratu. But anyway, it's looking for something in me. Target that date will say what it is. Move on or love on. Okay, shout out to Kudiratu Tyro. Toby and Tribe says, I think waiting for a reply is a waste of time unless it's urgent. What is the point? We're just giving ourselves unnecessary stress. Well, to be fair to anybody who is waiting, when you're into a person, you're into a person. It's like when you fall in love, right? A part of your sense will just disappear for no reason. But I get your point.
Can I say something?
Please, feel free.
MOP, you know how I said in America, the way they fall in love is different from where I'm coming from. And that is one of the things that scares me a lot about relationship in America. And I took my time to observe it, and I think I kind of figure out why they are having all these bad goals and crying and regret in their relationship in America. Typical American women, not all of them, but some of the ones that I've seen, and then they cry past. Typical American women, from the moment you ask them out on a date and you both went out on a date, their imagination have set in. They are already thinking of so many things. A lot of scenario, a lot of things is already playing out in their head. The moment you ask them out, you take them out on a date, they are already texting you, they are already checking. Is he a fit? They are already opening all the books they've read, all the videos they've read about how men move, how men behave. They are already putting everything on a guy.
So they're already on the defensive. That's what you're saying.
Exactly. So they're already like, oh, how much does he love me? Does he think of me? What is he doing? Look, I have guys who've been with American ladies. There are a lot of fantastic American ladies, and there are many American ladies that even if you are dead, if they carry them near you, I go say tell them, make they dig the hole further, may you not come up.
Uncle Beno, they have followed you here. Abby said, you have started. Abby, how's the vacation going? Good to see you.
No, MOP. I'm just saying, because when people come into date with certain expectation and they have this yardstick they want to use to measure everybody they encounter, the result is what you hear this Nealang saying now. That is why I told you that when I came here, I said, what is her age?
Uncle Beno, somebody is here. By the way, our sample is not big enough. We're just having fun in this conversation, right? Somebody is here. They say they are coconut head like you. They say, I will vote the Nealong way. We got one vote. I think it's 14% now for Nealong. Block and delete. Anyway, I have a very strong opinion about this. I'll give it before we end.
My thing is simple. You are looking for a man, right? You are hunting. I have a friend, my lovely friend. She used to tell me when she was still single, she would tell me, Ben, I know you have a gig coming up in Dallas. I want to go to that gig with you. And I'm going to that gig to hunt. I want to go and hunt for men.
It's looking for men.
I'm telling you, beautiful lady. She don't finally find her man. You say, I'm going to hunt. See, MOPM, I think women are not being patient when it comes to this dating thing. They don't even wait to have solid proof that this is who this person is.
So they are two. They make hasty decisions. They make hasty decisions.
Exactly.
They are not patient enough.
The point I'm making is, when you text someone, ideally in this day and time, it shouldn't take 30 minutes before that person replies you. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Right. But unless they are not into you, though, Uncle Beno, we have to acknowledge that if a guy is not into you, he will never reply. You are ghosted.
How you can't measure that? You can't measure somebody is into you, is not into you by text. I don't agree with that.
He won't pick up the phone if you call Seth now.
That is fine. Now you have proof.
He don't block yourself.
If you can't
you're ghosted.
Reply to common ordinary text,
why will he pick up?
Would you be calling?
No. You call from a place of safety. Sometimes you can meet a great guy who might not be into you from the get-go. But what you do thereafter might turn this guy around straight up. Women, we do that now. There are times we also meet with ladies when we were single, that you just learn this one get attitude, Jerry. This guy, she's disrespectful and all of that. And all it takes is for you to have one or two conversations with that girl, and everything you thought about that person will just change. That's just what I'm saying. So you are already playing the game of is into me, is not into me. You are judging yourself. I don't know. Well,
Uncle Beno, let me read some comments. Let me read some comments. I go stop drinking hot tea. I dey rush before I no go rush anymore, because I have the real fam here. So let's just do it, okay? I see somebody don't come in. Wala. Adetola love. Hold on, Adetola love. I see you. I'll come to you in a second. Let me just read the comments. Abby says, MOP, you be Sister Ada and I already argued about this. Okudaya, shout out to Okudaya, says, what is wrong in having expectations in a relationship? It's not a matter of right or wrong. Human beings have expectations, period. It's what you do with it. You better manage your expectations. So, hey, Abby said 24 hours, blocked forever. Jesus Christ, kilo day. Let's see. I'm clearly not your... Abby started to yell. She's typing all caps. She said, I'm clearly not your priority. Let me see here. Later, you ask us. You say what?
I tell you, I've been a case. Oh, she's probably watching the Vaticans or something. I don't even see her for here.
Oh, okay. Maybe you don't see. Okay.
Maybe
Later
she's
you
watching
ask.
the Vaticans.
Yeah. Yes, it's vertical. It is vertical. Later you ask us if we did not see red flags. Please, so everyone knows what they are doing. Ejo. Jesus Christ. Uncle Dice MOP. What if the person is not with his phone at the moment, or was just simply too busy at this time? She has the right to decide to block you. In love and war, it's not a belief, it's actually an ancient truth, and it's a fact. As a matter of fact, in love, I say fact as a matter of fact, in love and war, all is truly fair. And if you get dumped, if you chop breakfast, dust yourself off, cry, move on. The longer you sit down there, you cry, the longer you spend away from the right person. That's why I want people to just take that to the bank all the way. I get it when people feel like somebody is not when somebody feels like that's not being fair. I was like, bro, they have the right to ghost you if they don't feel right about that situation. Let me see here. What if the okay? Yeah, I already answered that. Yeah, if they are not with the phone, that's fair too. They can also explain that and explain.
You go explain because no evidence.
They can explain, but I wouldn't ask. I would advise them just move on. If a girl has blocked you because you didn't pick up for 24 hours, I think that's fair. You should understand too. You be we are emotionally, but this is not personal but hormonal. Jesus Christ. You reassure us and we feel safe. You be you care. Your coconut head we only show auntie me but English they be with a code.
You never know, Sister Kudirat.
Shout out to Adorable. Good to see you, Adorable. Good to see you.
I have a question for the sisters anyway. Maybe after Adorable. I think we have a sister in the studio, right?
We go prolong and more after my.
I just have one question for them. How would you know?
Go. Hold on, Uncle Beno. Let me read this last comment, then you can go. Hold on. Okay. Toby and Trust say, Uncle Beno, for a woman to do what you are saying, she needs to be a self-assured person who is living in the present moment with no care of how the guy perceives her. Yes, that's a strong one. That's a strong place to be for a woman. That's a good point, Toby and Tribe. Oh yeah, Uncle Beno, go ahead and give your question.
I'm just gonna say that when we say he's not into me, he's not into me. Are you not? Wouldn't you like to figure out why he's not into you?
Why?
That's my question. Would you like to know why he's not into you?
No, there's a follow-up question to you, Uncle Beno. Why should they figure out so they don't end up lonely? So they don't end up lonely. Is that why?
No. You see, I believe in knowing what I'm doing wrong and what I'm doing right. So if a guy, you meet this one, you text, he didn't text back, you block him. You meet that one, you call, he didn't call back, you block it. You will block everybody, Taya. Wouldn't you be concerned that what is it that would make this fine chick like me text this guy and
Uncle Beno, let's ask Adetola Love. Adetola Love, talk to us. Can you answer Uncle Beno's question and then give me your submission, please?
Good evening, everyone.
Hi, Adetola Love.
Good evening. Hi.
So for that question of why,
don't you want to know why they blocked you? I mean, why they're not picking up or responding to the text? First of all, do you think you should block that person in 24 hours or be patient?
So here's the thing. I thought she said 48 hours.
Okay, let's use 48 hours.
Okay, 48 or 24. But hearing everything, like looking at it from the overall scenario of, okay, if they reply and say, oh, this is what happened, I had an emergency or something, then maybe. But if it's just complete silence, and there is no even, oh, so sorry, I just saw your call or whatever, and you just keep silent like that, that is, I don't know, it's a lot. And to the point of trying to call the person, like I see what Uncle Beno is trying to say of, oh, maybe something happened to the person, but again, I mean, not everyone would, think that way because you've already made the first step to message or
Right.
what have you, and then you going out of your way again. And it could also be the stage. What is the stage of the relationship? Because if it's 24 hours, what I'm trying to read into it is, right now you're in the dating phase or whatever they want to call it, maybe courting or whatever it is. How would it be if you go into a serious relationship? Is this something that, will carry over to the relationship where you don't get to reply for 24 hours or 48 hours? Like, there are some people that could read into that, oh, okay, like, this is not what they want. And it could also be from their past experience of, okay, this is what happened and this is how it's stepping into it. Like, this kind of, situation, they don't really like it. So they might not want to move forward with that. So in essence of, okay, one or two persons or three persons not like replying, then it could be a problem of maybe it's the kind of men that the person is talking to, because I don't know, or if there's, or trying to look into it, but most likely it could be the kind of people you're talking to also. Like, what kind of job do they do? But again, there's so many things that could come from that. So I don't know about much because I've not been in that situation where, multiple people or what have you, they will not reply for that. That's too much for 48 or 24 hours. At least a simple, oh, I'm busy right now, I'll get back to you. That's enough. But not replying
So,
at all, no.
so are you saying if it's a one-off, that if it's a one-off situation, you don't really care about knowing why he's not responding? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
I can. I would like to know because it's all, trying to know the person. So, like, is there a reason why, was there an emergency or
So what if he doesn't text back, he doesn't pick up anymore, and it's been past 48 hours? What would you do?
honestly, I'll just leave it at that.
Deuces.
That's just me, but I'm just talking from a place of I'm not even in the space of, trying to text or whatever. But 48 hours, you
Okay.
message the first
So
time.
so
Yeah.
let me ask you this follow-up question. What if like about four, let's say five, no, let's say like 7 days later, right? He now texts you WYD. He texts you WYD. Just what
Could
you
it
doing?
work? No, no.
Uncle Beno,
What am I doing?
what would you advise the ladies to do if the guy texts 1 week later after he didn't respond at all? They say
1 week later,
WYD.
that is a red flag. That's my own perspective. But that's a red flag. Why is it taking 1 week? What are we doing again? And that's what I'm saying. Oh, you didn't reply for 48 hours. Okay, and is the first stage. This is like the dating stage where you are supposed to bring your best foot forward. Show your best face because after marriage, it's like you still need to keep doing the work. I won't even say it ends with dating or whatever, but this is the first stage, you're getting to know yourself. I feel like most people, they bring their best foot forward in dating and then you're taking 5 to, what are we doing? Are we even,
But that's what he's
no,
asking you. Is like, what you doing? WYD.
no.
That's what
Thank
he's
you,
asking.
sis. You did like you didn't even pretend in the beginning.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
What are we doing exactly for 5 to 7 days? No, no, that's too long. That's crazy. Except
Wait.
he has a different phone, or it's a situation where he's a guy that's placed because it's 5 to 7 days. That's kind of extreme. Like, did you go on a trip?
There's no excuse.
No, there's no excuse. And did you go on a trip? Like, what is going on exactly? So that's why 48 hours is extreme. And even to go back to, trying to call, I can understand, like, maybe you're in a situation where, you are talking, but again, it has to be communicated. Like, communication is everything. So when you know that, okay, 24 hours, except you're on a trip, you're in the air or something, and you can still message and you can't reply, then maybe, or there's something. But if it's 5 to 7, like, no, that's extreme. That's not, it doesn't make sense at all. No.
Okay, before I go to Abby, Uncle Beno, you wanted to say something.
No, basically, I just wanted to say that sometimes women are not patient. They are not patient at all. When I said you text him, you waited 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, you didn't get any reply, give him a call. You know, that's where most sisters would just be like, no, Ben, why? You know,
But no,
hey,
in that beginning, it's like
now
it gives the impression that you're oppressed. Like, I mean, like in that very beginning, I'll just give you small time. You know, when you get yourself together, you can reach back. Then yeah, you know.
the thing is this is how that works in my own dictionary. 3 hours later, you give him a call. If he picks up, you give him grace. Pray he doesn't pick up. If he doesn't pick up, you don't need to wait till 24 hours before you cut him off. Because now you've done two things. You text, you call. The texting was you playing love. The call was you being human, thinking something probably happened to him. That call is not a call for, I'm in love with you, you didn't check on me. No. That call is a humanity call that, okay, I waited 3 hours since I didn't hear from him. I just wanted to be sure that he's fine. Then I called him. Now, you don't need 24 hours because a guy with the right senses, you pick up your phone, you see a text from a lady you toasted, a lady you asked out, you took her out on a date. You saw a text from her. You haven't replied that text. 3 hours later, you see her missed call. Any normal human being way head correct, he's supposed to blast your phone. Like, he's supposed to call you back to back. Just to explain the reason why he didn't reply your text and why he missed your call. Now, I just wanted to learn this. Now, if after the text and the call, it's just a matter of 8 hours. 8 hours later, he didn't call, he didn't. Then now you have proof to kick the motherfucker away. Oh, sorry. And I don't know. That's just when I roll. Because
Prestige in the poto.
Yeah, because I would do the same. If I, as a man, I took you out on a date, I drop you off, and then on getting home, or maybe 1 hour later, or something, I just feel like, hey, how are you doing? I hope you're fine. A text. I didn't hear nothing. Depending on the time of the day, if maybe we went on a date, the date ended around 3 p.m., I take you down to your place. Maybe you get into your house maybe around 11 p.m. By 12 midnight, I text you. Honestly speaking, I'm not expecting any reply. So in the morning from 6 a.m., I start counting. By 9 a.m., if I haven't still got any reply from you, that's when I'll give you that call. Which at this time, you are expected to be at work anyway. But when I give you that one phone call, know how it go be now. We know say every 4 hours you go get break for work. Now, if you can't reply the text and you are not calling, what I don't need to say how to tell me that it's game over. That's all I'm saying. So even you waited 24 hours, that is long stretch. I believe I explained myself now, MOP.
Okay, thank you, Uncle Beno. I'm gonna say this, but we'll come back to it when we're done, right? You're not being fair to both sides. You know, I know you don't believe in love and war all is fair, but you're not being fair. But I'll come back to that one later on. Abby, talk to me, Abby.
Good evening, I'm MOP. Good evening, everybody else on the panel except Uncle Ben.
Kilo day.
Good evening.
Bad last baby of the house. You don't go greet me.
Welcome, Abby. How's the vacation going? Good?
Going good, thank you, MOP. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Sister Chinye, good evening, sis. Sister, I don't know the other lady.
Adetola Love is here to hanging out with us.
Good evening, my love.
Good evening. Okay, so here's the thing. I feel like every time we have these sort of conversations, we contradict ourselves, right? First things first, I want to say that depending on where we are at in this relationship, the timeline is going to determine my reaction. So number one, I am not calling someone that I've just been speaking to for 2 weeks, wondering where they are, if that is not our usual routine. Maybe we text more than we get on phone calls. I'm not calling you. Because remember that in this same line of conversations, we talk about how women do too much too quickly. These are the issues. I'm not giving you any sort of attention that makes you think I'm chasing you or you're more important than you are, because that sometimes can send the wrong signal, and we don't want that too early. That's number one. So I don't know what timeline we're talking about, but this is not a boyfriend where we've established something and you're in a position where maybe I kind of have some responsibility towards you to check in and make sure you're okay. I am not calling you if you don't reply. Now, the issue with blocking or no blocking is just, I don't know. I think for me, I take things seriously, and I want to know that, especially where I'm at in life, I'm not 19 years old to be dealing with someone that I don't really know what they're not consistent. To me, being inconsistent is a red flag. And I say this all the time. People get busy. We're all busy, right? There's nothing wrong with you texting, hey, having a long day, I'll chat you up as soon as possible. That is the respectful thing to do. At what point are we going to be honest about the fact that people know what they are doing? And that's the reason why unnecessary chances, in my opinion, where dating is concerned, should not even be given. If you respect me, if you're a responsible person, if you take me seriously, you will drop a one-liner to say, I'm busy, I will check in a bit later, yeah? I have you on my mind, something, anything. Or to just leave someone for 24 hours, you're not in the hospital, you're not in police custody, there's a problem there. And these are the issues. 5 months later, oh my God, you did not see the red flag. Well, I did, but Uncle Ben said that I'm rushing. I'm not being patient. Uncle Ben said I'm not being patient. But I saw the red flag. This man showed me that I'm not a priority from the start. But I want to be with a man that shows me that I'm priority. How about that? And that is with little things like this. I say this all the time. Big gestures are often very easy to perform, because a lot of times you can pay for big gestures. What you cannot perform are little gestures like this. A man that's thinking about you, a man that cares about you, a man that takes you seriously is not going to leave you on red for 24 hours. These are the things that we need to see. Thank you very much.
Abby, what if you got hit by a boss by mistake?
Me personally, I would not block, but I'm not calling either. Not for 2 weeks.
What if you come back 7 days from now and say WYD?
You know, if I you source your generation and then block you. That is Uncle. In my generation, WYD, that is a booty call. That is a booty call, so I will cuss you out.
Okay.
Hey, Abby, what you doing? What you doing, girl? What you doing?
That's his language for booty call. You're not taking me seriously. I'm one of your what do you call this?
You say I'm open today. Bring a bottle. Why don't you come over and bring a bottle? Pick up a bottle on your way in.
Yeah.
So my schedule is wide open today. Sorry about last week.
What are you doing? I said an Uber, man. I said an Uber to pick you up, baby.
I know that Uncle Ben or Kola, you've not been on the teaching seat for a long time, so you don't know you might not know what's going on. We know what that means. I'm telling you that men, they know what they're doing. No,
but if it's a guy you're into, Abby, right?
No. Uncle, I've passed that stage of being into a guy more than he's into me. The guy I'm into that is now, so me, I'm into you, I can reply you within ample time. But you're not into me enough. You know I'm already playing the game wrong. You know I'm already playing the game wrong if that's what we're doing. I'm finished now because this guy is about to play me if that is what I'm doing.
Would you feel played within that first 24 hours? The fact that he left you on red at all, would you feel played?
No, I won't feel played. But again, the thing is, I'm not going to block her like she said. But I'm going to wait for what he's going to do next. Is he going to send a picture of him in hospital bed? What is he going to say? That's what is going to determine what I do. But you can't come and just say, hey, what's up? How you doing? After ignoring me for 24 hours. When we've been talking consistently every day for, 2 weeks. No. Because Uncle, there's people like that, badly behaved people where they know what they've done. They come and act like they haven't done anything. And that in itself is manipulation. That is a very manipulative tactic.
Okay. Uncle Beno, you have a response to that? Or should we move on to the next story?
I move on though. I know one bass bush. I'm a very gentle boy right now.
You're a gentle uncle. I feel you.
Very, very gentle.
I feel you, bro. Okay, let's do this. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being here. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. I have my family, the real fam, hanging out with me here today. So we're gonna take it one layer at a time. Just right now, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Let's move on to the other trendy stories around the world, and I'll be right back.
This is Ola, man of prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoy this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written two powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number One Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +17323058577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All right, welcome back. So this was going viral earlier on. I think Adesua Love dropped off. Okay, somebody came back. Okay, she's back. All right, good. So so this was going viral earlier on by way of Instablog Niger. There's this guy, I think it's a radio OAP, something like that. It's media personality shot, and basically he's calling out the popular saying that love is not enough in marriage. He claims that if you believe love isn't enough, your very definition of love is flawed. He argues that real refined love includes the patience, strategy, and sacrifice needed to sustain a home. This has sparked a massive debate among those who believe marriage is purely transactional versus those who believe the covenant of love. Somebody said love now, mumu. I saw that comment earlier on. And a lot of people still believe that love is the only way, is the only thing that really holds any weight. So my question for the panelists, shout out to the panelists hanging out with me today. Is love a weak emotion that fades, or is it high level skill? Actually, my main question is that, do you think love is enough? Abi, what's your take? Whenever you see this, do you tend to agree? Abi, you're like, what's your take on this? Who wants to go first? Anybody can take the mic. Let's go with Chinye. Chinye, you haven't spoken. Speak to me. Is love enough? Chinye, you did, yeah? On mute. She's probably cooking, using me to cook chicken and okra seafood. Chinye, you did it? Oh, yeah, on mute. Talk to me now.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can
Can you
hear
all
you.
hear
Yes.
me?
Yes.
Okay, great. So are you saying in a relationship is love enough?
It's love enough, period.
How exactly do you define love? Let's start from there. What is that person's definition of love? Because their person's definition of love would determine what they're talking about. If they're coming from that eros form of love, butterfly in your stomach and all whatnot, then then no. This love is sacrifice. Love is intentional. Yeah, but if it's just the eros feeling of love and you're not doing anything else, then no. But if it's the biblical, all-rounded love in its fullness, then it will be enough.
Okay, that's
That's
fair.
my take.
That's
But
a
I
take.
bet
Thank
you
you.
they're probably talking about, the romantic.
They're talking about ta ta ta.
love.
They're talking about ta ta ta. That's what they're talking
That one
about.
that just based on feelings, I'll just be jumping up and down. That is not.
She dropped off. I knew that was gonna drop off momentarily. Yeah. Let me go to Adetola Love. Speak to me. Is love enough, Adetola Love?
No, it's not. I would say it's a good foundation, but um, for a relationship to last, I think a relationship they need trust, good communication, understanding, grace. Not just love. Maybe is it the emotion they are talking about, like
Chia.
uh, what she said.
Mm-hmm.
It's not enough because there are lots of things that you need to sustain a relationship. Like, yes, love it's good, but you need more because in the long run, love is not going to cover some things. You need some other components added to it. So no.
So before I move on to the next person, you said there are other things like what? Would you
I'll
say is
say active efforts,
active effort?
communication and trust is also very important. Let's say, as an example, maybe in terms of finances,
Mm-hmm.
you know, depending on the kind of relationship, finances, and you communicate this throughout before you get into a very committed relationship where it could be a problem, and an issue comes up and you're just saying, oh, love or something like that. But it's a good foundation, but you need more. So having a good communication with your partner, I would say, is very important. Being very open and having trust is also very important. So it's not enough. You need more added to it. But some would say, okay, love, it covers everything, but in today we have to be very exact with it. So no, it's not enough. Um, so
Okay.
communication, yeah.
This is his full statement, right? This guy, his name is Jeff Bankz. He said, they say love isn't enough in marriage. So we're talking context of marriage anyway. It says,
Yes.
I say your definition of love is flawed because what is love? God is love. And if God isn't enough in any relationship, then the real question is, what is, right? Now, you mentioned a couple of things. Let me ask you a question. Are you a Christian by any chance?
Yes, I'm a Christian. I am.
So the Bible talks in 1 Corinthians 13:4-8. I think that's the eighth part of it here now. It says love never fails. Are you
Yes.
saying you don't believe in that part of the Bible?
I believe in it, but especially in today's world, I think we have to be very exact. Like, some people, you say love, and then you have to define everything. So yes, while love never fails, love is all encompassing. We have to be very exact, hit it on the head, just state it like, so that everyone will know that we are on the same page. Even though, yes, some people say, oh, love covers communication. You have to, if you're a loving person, we still need to define everything very well. Well, that's my own perspective. So we need to define it. Okay, this is it. This is that. Love is good, but we need to define other aspects of, even though we are Christians, like define everything for a relationship to actually work, in my own opinion.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Thank you for that. Let me go to Abby. Talk to me. Is love enough in marriage, in your opinion?
Love is not enough, baby. Come to me, Molowo. So, no.
Abby.
No.
What happened? Oh, yeah, continue. Yeah, continue.
I'm thinking now. Maybe I didn't go so on. Love is not enough. Come to me. I have money. So, of course, love is not enough. It's a couple of things, right? There could be love but lack of effort. There could be love, but I know a lot of people always say, "Oh, if somebody loves you, they'll do this and that and that." But like, sis Ade Tola, did you say? Like she
Yes.
said, you kind of have to. The way people even love these days, I don't even know if people really understand the definition of love. So I think we need to also be more more specific on stuff. It's the same thing with how you start dating someone, you're getting to know them, and you ask questions, right? If love was enough, you wouldn't ask certain questions because maybe the plan would be okay, we'll just go with the flow. But you're not. So I think that there's just so much more that needs to be in place. Finances need to be, I mean, love, and then you're drinking Gary every day. Love, and there's no money for tuition fees. At least this, I mean, if you can control it beforehand, or at least if we can have these conversations, why not? So I think a couple of things have to be in place as well. Values and morals, have to align. So love is not enough. Have we not seen people that loved each other so dearly, but maybe it's an issue of maybe they are the same genotype, AS, and they just can't continue due to like the complications with childbirth. So there's things like that at the end of the day. So I mean, that is a good example to just tell you that love will never be enough. A couple of things have to work together for the relationship or the marriage to be successful. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Uncle Mano, let me read these comments and then I'll come back to you. The comments on the post. Somebody said, love is not enough to sustain a marriage or raise children. Most people like to believe love is the foundation that keeps everything together. But in reality, it is respect, finances, structure, shared value, discipline, and love. Love won't pay the bills or fix bad habits. Another person, I think this is the same person. This person has a lot to say on this. Said, nah, marriage isn't for lovers. It's for forgivers, sacrificers, grown adults. Because love alone is not enough. You can love someone and still hurt them, disappoint them, forget their needs. Real marriage requires maturity, emotional maturity, conflict resolution, humility, communication, and lots of forgiveness. You forgive what you swore you never could. Apologize even when you don't feel wrong. And sacrifice things no one claps for. Sometimes you won't feel in love, but you choose them anyway, and that's what is called grown-up love. Marriage will stretch you, test you, and grow you if you let it. Romance fades, butterflies die, but deep friendship and commitment keep the home standing. If you're not ready to build through boredom, heal through heartbreak, or stay through discomfort, maybe you're not ready for marriage. This isn't, hold on 1 second, stop that. This isn't about fear, it's about understanding the weight of what you are signing up for. Marriage is not a vacation, it's a vow. If I read that before I got married, I would never get married in my life. I'm just being honest with everybody. Somebody said, I always say this, people think love is a feeling. Love is more than enough. Okay, somebody said love is more than enough. It's easy to understand whom you love. It's also easy to respect whom you truly love. People mistake sexual attraction to love. Another person says, so many people just have comprehension problems, and yet they will be surprised. This person is throwing emotional shots. They'll be surprised why they always argue with their partners. Listen to what the other person is saying, process and understand it without the urge to counter them. May God help us. I'll read one more, then I'll go to Uncle Beno. Is because people do not truly know what love is. Love isn't a feeling. All the things you say you need to make a marriage work is all embedded in love, not love, the feeling. Uncle Beno, talk to me, sir.
All right, MOP.
Uncle Beno, is love enough or not? Do you agree with this guy or you disagree with him?
First of all, who is he?
He's a media personality.
What's his background? Is he married or single?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that this conversation went viral all day.
Because, the thing is, the reason I'm asking is because I don't respond to many of these guys who just talk out of their asses. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if he's one of the people you would listen to? What if he's married with children?
Yeah, because I will understand where he's coming from. Is he not the one that said the thing you just posted?
Yeah.
Not enough. Blah blah blah. I saw
no. I read. This is his comment. I was reading the comments to his comment. So this is his own comment right here. He said they say love isn't enough in marriage. Oh yeah, sure. He said I say love isn't enough in marriage. I say your definition of love is flawed. He's responding to them. Okay. Let me read it again. He said they say, and I quote, love isn't enough in marriage. Close quote. And then he now said, I say your definition of love is flawed because what is love? God is love. And if God isn't enough in any relationship, then the real question is, what is?
All right. That's the reason why I'm asking, what is his background? Because, basically, there are some conversation that, for me personally, I don't get involved in it. Once I get to know the background of who is talking, I just say, okay, maybe this is just like one of those people who are looking for clicks or they just want to start people talking. So I usually don't glorify it. Now, the reason I'm taking that route is because if he is married, if he has been with one woman for 5 years, just 5 years, he will know that trying to mix God and love together in marriage is manipulation. Can I explain that?
Go for it. I mute so I can hear you. Yeah, I hear you. I mute so I can hear you clearly. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Because he started on a social construct and ended with religion. So I can't marry both together. I'm confused. He started that people said love isn't enough. Then he ended by insinuating that love and God are the same thing. I don't know if you are getting what I'm saying, MOP. So
yes, absolutely,
now,
I'm getting you.
So now, for my own, the way I reason, I don't mix God and all of these controversies together. Everything has its own place. You can't bring the biblical God is love, love is God into marriage. It doesn't make sense. Now, for those who may not understand, this is even when I wasn't even looking at your screen when I was hearing. I went downstairs, so I was just listening on my phone. The moment you brought that thing up, my brain go down. A man must be the one who is saying this. My brain just instantly tell me, a man must be the one who is saying this. Men usually say this when they want to manipulate women. Love, we are in this game, bro. Love is not enough to hold marriage together. Don't mix God into it. Don't say God is love. Love is God. It doesn't, those two doesn't mix up together. Love is not enough to hold marriage together. Love only attracts you to get it started. Love kind of binds you with your person. But once things started happening in the marriage, if you don't know how to manage all the stuff that will come up in the marriage, your love will be the first thing that will go out of the window first. I don't know if I'm making sense to you, MOP. So those who say love is not enough, they are not stupid. Love is not enough to keep a marriage. And religion is not enough. God factor is not enough to keep a marriage. You need both. So I agree, love is not enough. And if the guy won't begin argue, let him argue with his keypad. That's my take.
Wala. All right. There's obviously here there's context, right? There's context, and that's what you were asking for when you ask who is this guy. That's part of context, because yes, in this social media age right now, if you can, I think you should know who is talking. But the thing is that, Uncle Beno, the general public agree that love is not enough. The general public, this is like a common knowledge. This is general saying, right? If people already know that love is not enough, right? What is? His question is valid, right? What is enough? In your opinion, what is enough to sustain the marriage? Even if it's just a list of 3 or 5, maybe your top 3 or top 5, give us something to work with.
It's a combination of so many things. So that's why I said I really don't know where this guy is coming from. I usually don't engage with topics like this if I don't have like a context of what are we really dealing with. Now, if you want me to speak generally on what works in marriage, it's a combination of so many factors. And first of all, I will say you need to know yourself first. Know who you are first. If you know who you are, then it becomes easier for you to open your heart to somebody to come in and occupy it and become the chair lady or the chairman in your heart. Because you will know exactly who will fit into it. So if we are talking about love, we are talking about, first of all, do you have that attraction to that person? Are you following me, MOP? Then if we go beyond attraction, do you have compatibility with this person? And that is where I said knowing you yourself, that is where it comes in. You feel me now, Baba? So
absolutely, I'll get to you.
Attraction first, compatibility too, then is the passion present? Do you have that passion? Is it there?
Like this is my guy, this is my person, my personal person.
You know, there is a way somebody call you, your wife call you, you pick the call. You are already happy that you are picking a call. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
You get up from work, you're going home, you're already happy. Like you never even reach out, but you are just happy that I'm going to this woman. And it doesn't matter how long it has been. 5 years, 10 years, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing every time. Yes, make I go home, go meet this one. So if you ask me, Baba, attraction, compatibility, and passion. Do you have these three first? If you have these three, then I think you can begin to talk about that. Oh, I love this person. Do you see me now, Baba? That's how I always see love.
That.
I don't see love in isolation. I see love in terms of attraction. I see love in terms of compatibility, and I see love in terms of passion. Like,
right,
the affection is there, all of that, So that's how I see
and
it.
To your point, you're saying even at that's the beginning, that's the baseline. That's not enough, because life will show you shege inside that marriage at some point.
But the beauty of the beauty of it is this, from my own point of view. If you are attracted to somebody, when the life challenges begin to set in, the attraction will be like a hook. It will still hold you guys together. You know how you sew cloth with needle and thread?
Yes.
The attraction is there that
it draws you back. It draws you back to that person.
You guys together. Now, when you look at compatibility, usually I tell people that compatibility is the biggest thing of all. For instance, if you are with somebody you are not compatible with, love has nothing to do with compatibility. Compatibility, if you ask me, is because this person gets you. You crack a joke, the person catch the joke. You are angry, the person know why you are angry and he can bring you down. You see what I'm saying? You need somebody to talk to. The person is there, you can chit-chat. Compatibility is so wide. It just means that in your life, everything that defines you, this person is there, that the person gets you. The person can relate. The person understand. If you jump up, you know where you go land. And you are doing the same thing for that person. You feel me now? So when you are in a marriage and life happens, you have attraction to hold you down. You have compatibility to hold you down, because now compatibility is that element that make you think that I don't want to lose this person.
Right. It feels effortless. It just matches. It complements. You complement each other well.
In that compatibility is where you have friendship. You now start thinking, I don't want to lose this person. Who I go build all of this thing with again? Who will get me the way this person gets me? I'll give you an example now. My baby girl Abby and I will be hosting show together for a while now. Somehow Abby and I were kind of compatible.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
When we host show now, Abby and I, we can go and start a show right now without seeing script or anything. All we
feed banter through.
Exactly. And we will host a show 3-4 hours. Abby is here. You can ask her. To me,
no, we see him now. Of course.
To me, that is compatibility. We don't live in the same place. We don't see. We don't be saying we dey practice. Not be saying we sit down there. But somehow, Abby gets me. I get Abby. If I start a joke, Abby know where they go. If there is a question, Abby already know how I go react. If there is something now, like I used to say, Abby know what she fit talk now. Abby know what if she act with me now. When we say my voice go begin go up. I know what if he say no, and Abby no go agree. Abby feel explain the thing till tomorrow. That is compatibility. Now, here's the beauty of compatibility now.
Would you before you continue, would you say that's also what many people might describe as chemistry?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's part of the chemistry.
Makes sense.
And the beauty of compatibility is the friendship in it. If you get what I'm saying now. It's the friendship in it. Now you hold that together. Now, if Abby and if I decide tomorrow now, maybe I change everything I'm doing. I don't even have time to do Facebook or YouTube or anything again. Abby is still going to remain my baby girl. We are connected for life somehow now. You see what I'm saying? So that is the beauty of it. So now, let's say something happened. They fight. Me and Abby, they fight now. What determines if we are going to become sworn enemy or if that fight no go gain ground is the friendship and that chemistry that we have. So you see,
I say no go work. It no go work. That's why some people actually divorce and come back together again 3, 4, 5 years later.
Exactly.
Because everybody they try to date will just be the jealousy go kill them because they know what they know fit get rid of each other.
Exactly. Because now you start thinking, oh, I was telling Abby something on our show yesterday. It'd be like, so maybe the people might think say they play. Only 2 days, we no host. Abby, they go do vacation. We no host only 2 days. Abby, they far away from me. I'm already missing her here. Like, I just miss that pinch where she they pinch me.
So even as she no fit stay vacation.
So now I'm using that as an example of how
Right.
this thing work when it comes to love, marriage, and relationship. When you build compatibility with somebody, that is the person that gets you. You feel me now? That is the person that anything can happen. You just don't say, "Oh, no, where this one they go. Now my party go get my back." You see that kind of thing. So
Right.
now, when you are facing this journey of marriage and relationship together, and something big happen, now you are afraid to lose that your friendship. You are afraid to lose that compatibility. So that's why I said it's deeper. Anybody where just they talk of love, they don't really know what they are talking about. So if you have the attraction is there, and then you now have that compatibility, then you now have passion for each other. You are passionate about each other. The fire and all of those things is there. MOP. You know, and these are the things that hold a relationship together. These are the things that hold marriage together. That's why no matter how the couple, they get issue, you know they go deep because they already have, it's like a string. When issue happen that is supposed to go apart, that string will pull them together again.
Absolutely.
You feel me? So that's just what I'm saying.
Right.
And I made an example the other day.
Yeah, go ahead.
I made an example of something that happened that I got pissed and I was mad. Me and my girls. I was like, me and these people, I'm not gonna even follow anybody play until Tuesday. I start the coconut head since Sunday morning. In fact, Saturday evening, now it don't start. But since Sunday, I said, like, yeah, me and these people, we don't hate her. MOP. By Monday, when I go to work, I have never been so lonely before for a very long time.
Yeah, cool,
I was so freaking lonely. Like,
so Uncle Mano, you know if you live alone, you know if you do by yourself alone.
At this stage, who will kill me now? Why would I be alone?
All right, that's fair. That's fair, Uncle Mano. That's fair. You know, Uncle Mano, this guy said at the end, the only thing I would disagree with him on is a very small part. Okay. He said your definition is flawed. Okay, because of this particular statement, love is not enough. It's something I've been studying for as long as I've been coaching, which is about 7+ years, almost 8 years now. It's going to be 8 years in August. And it's something I struggle with, and but as we continue to refine like anything else, right? Obviously you must, the market is always right. There's something they're trying to say when they say love is not enough. So when he now said your definition is flawed, I would disagree at that point, because instead of me saying your definition is flawed, I'll be curious to know what your definition is. You understand? Instead of me saying, your definition is flawed. No, I'm not going to assume you're a Christian who read the Bible where it says love never fails. I'm just going to ask you, like, what do you mean by love? I ask it all the time. I never get tired of it. If you say love no is not, like, what do you mean by love? Right? And lo and behold, often enough, people will tell me, So, but yeah, that's that. Adetola, love you. Do you have something you want to add onto this? Abby, you want to add onto what Uncle Beno have said?
No, not me. I think
everything is good.
Sorry, sis. Go ahead.
Sorry, everything is good.
Everything is good. All right, give me your last word, Adetola. First of all, is it your first time on my stage? Is it your first time on my stage?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It took a break for a while.
That means it's been a while. No, I will still give you an applause. Thanks for coming. Don't be a stranger, eh? Yeah, okay. All right. Abby, give me your last word.
I don't think I have any last words. Yeah, love is not enough. A couple of things have to work together for the relationship to be successful. That's it, really. I mean, we've said this before. You
Mm.
can be a Christian and apply whatever Christian principles that you live by, but you
Yeah.
can also still use common sense. I'm a bit tired of people just using just one thing. You can't use one thing. And I say this all the time. I'm very wary of people that make one particular thing their personality.
Mm.
I'm very wary of people like that. So yeah, that's what I have to say.
Absolutely. I can't tell you not to be a stranger. If you run away, I'll know where to come and find you. So
All right, bye, Emoki. Bye,
all
Uncle.
right. Bye
You know where you
bye.
buy Abby. You know where you go hijack her.
I know where to come and find her. All right. Uncle Beno, this was a
Okay.
fantastic conversation. You missed the first part of it, which was Banky W on the whole idea of cooking. So if you give me your last word on cooking as the job of the woman, your friend yesterday, X from TikTok, he said that. Also, the second thing we talked about today, obviously, is I don't forget already. Where to be it already?
The 24 hours text
24-hour rule, right? So give me your last word on that, and then give me your last word on this thing. Is love enough?
The Banky W thing, I ain't gonna lie to you. I wasn't really following it up, and pardon me. The reason
Well,
I
is
wasn't
cooking
seeing-
is cooking the job of a woman? Should women stop telling us how it's not their job?
to cook.
Yes, cook for the household.
Honestly, any woman that is making an argument about cooking, I'm sorry, I don't think the woman really know what marriage is all about. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Elaborate.
Any woman, I see the argument all the time, and the argument is always, you get to work, I get to work. Why would I get to work? I get to work. You get, I cook. Why can't you go cook? Honestly speaking, once I hear that argument, I don't think you know what marriage is all about. Frankly, because yes, and that is why I said I don't take Banky W well seriously. That's why I don't react to it. No, very soon MOP, you will understand how I did roll around many of these things.
How long is it going to take me for you to understand your Uncle? How long do you think it's going to take me?
Okay, because some of
I
these things
go fit live with you before I understand you.
Some of these people on social media, MOP, when I hear them speak, I already know where they are coming from. There is this podcast they have going on in Nigeria now. I think Ebuka or somebody is in charge of that podcast where men will gather. I think they are holding that podcast on TVC or something, where they will gather. One person will be in the bar and then they will be talking. I've seen Banky W. Banky W is not your typical
The men's cave.
Eh?
I think they have something called the men's cave or something like that.
Yeah, whatever they call it. Banky W is not your typical Niger guy that you want to like fly on his words. So when it comes to this thing about cooking, I heard him saying, "My wife don't know how. My wife know how to cook, but my wife don't cook." Yeah. To me, that is pandering, because you know why? If you gather 1 million Nigerian men and you ask them question about this cooking,
that's a good point.
You will hardly get 50. You're not going to even reach 50,000 among 1 million Nigerian men that want to have this conversation about cooking or no cooking and painting one year.
It's not negotiable for them.
So let's not be so Banky W can say whatever I want to say. He's not among the men that I will say, oh, let me really take
Uncle
him
Beno, to be fair to him, let me play the clip. It's a small clip, so you can get a little bit, just a little bit more context to what he's saying. Let me play it, okay? Hold on 1 second.
My wife must cook for me. My wife does not really cook. She can cook very well, but it's not.
Tread carefully.
It's not.
The first statement he made that I'm missing there is he said, like most people will say, my wife must cook for me, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So now he continues by saying this.
Her thing.
Say
It's not her thing.
Say
But see the way God works, right?
I'm trying to get it from the beginning.
My wife must cook for me. My wife does not really cook. She can cook very well, but it's not.
Tread carefully.
It's not her thing.
Say
It's not her thing. But see the way God works, right? I love
He loves cooking.
Like I enjoy it.
And I love eating.
And she loves eating, and I love eating too. And it just means that if you come to our house, there are some people that will come to and see us and me cooking, and they'll be like, what's this? It will make some people uncomfortable. But it works for us. And I think that's the thing that people in marriage need to understand is like,
what works
for you will be different from somebody else. So don't live your life by somebody else's expectations or rules. There are some men, my wife must cook for me.
So that was the first statement. But he ended up with saying, do what works for you. So I wanted to give you that context.
He said that Sobeda said my wife must cook for me, right?
Yes. And then he explained, and then he ended with do what works for you, right? Go ahead.
That is why I said he is not among the category of men that I wanted to engage in a conversation like this. I have nothing against Banky W. Banky W is an awesome guy. But here comes the problem. Banky W is a Nepo baby. He's a Nepo baby. His wife is a Nepo baby. No, MOP. We got to be realistic with all of these things. We approach things differently. Did he struggle for anything? Did you look into his background? This is the guy who doesn't lack anything. His wife, Adesua, she's an amazing young lady, fantastic young lady, brilliant. So their dynamic is different. For him saying, some men will say, my wife must cook for me, that is him overreaching. If he said something like that in front of me, I would tell him, shut the fuck up, my friend. Yes. No, he go deeper than that, MOP. We've had this conversation several times. It's different for everybody. As a Nigerian man, I've said this severally, I'm not going to pander to Western nonsense.
So are you saying you don't believe him?
MOP,
Are you saying you don't believe him when he said do what works for you? You don't believe him?
He has that first statement that some men will say my wife must cook for me. That nullifies every goddamn thing he said after that.
Okay.
Because he's throwing shade. He's trying to sound good, pander to the women. That's what it means. Let's call a spade a spade. We've had this conversation severally.
Yes.
My take has always been this. Just like I said on your show right now. Know yourself. And you will know who will be compatible with you. Let me use myself as an example. I can't marry a woman that don't believe that she has to cook. Let's just make it clear. I don't have to force you. I can, if I'm single right now and I meet an amazing lady, great, fantastic lady, independent, money day, everything, she's fine. As soon as we start talking and we talk about food and I tell you, hey, for me, I love home cooked meals. I don't like eating out. So, and I love a woman who knows how to cook. Varieties of food. Now, if you say, oh, I know how to cook, I can cook, but I don't really think in a place like this, it has to be a priority that I have to cook. MOP, no be fight. Me, as a person, I know myself. I don't already know, say, this relationship is not going to work. There is no need to waste your time. There is no need for me to believe that, oh, after marriage, I will get her to cook. No, because I believe in freedom. I believe in happiness. I believe you have to be happy in this marriage. I also have to be happy. And we are not supposed to be fighting. So I will simply tell you, I'm sorry. I don't think we can make this work. Because I love home cooked meals and I love it when my wife cooks for me. There is a reason I'm the husband and you are the wife. Now, let me add this before people will take this part and they will say, this guy is a devil. Let me tell you this.
Yeah.
If as a woman, if you tell me you are not ready, you are not willing to add a dime to the house expenses, I swear to God, I won't stress you. I won't stress you. Because I equally believe that it is not your place to start paying for things. It is your choice to assist me with it. I'm married. I've lived through all of these phases. I said it all the time. You know? And so for anybody who is hearing right now, it's not a matter of where is this? It's a matter of principle. It's a matter of knowing who you are. So for me, you can't.
And knowing what you want, know your deal breakers.
So for me, as a woman, you are absolutely right not to want to cook. But please, don't go and marry a man who want to be married to a woman that will cook his meal. Now, where wahala they dey be that? That's why I always say that marriage is not hard. Now, we human beings, now they make it difficult for each other because we like to impose. We want to impose what we want on other people. That is the problem. There are men who are comfortable getting married to a woman who can't even cook at all. A lot of these Nepo baby, they can't cook. And it's not a shade. It's reality. Many of them grew up in a home where they have cook. Their parents have money to hire chef. MOP, you should know what I'm talking about. Their parents can hire chef, they hire driver, they do almost everything for them. Now, it takes extra effort from their mom to make sure that they teach these girls how to cook homemade food. So now you want to get married to this lady whose life has been so good to, who has never spent, a lady that have never spent 1 hour in the kitchen, sweating, mixing one thing or the other. Now, you have this vision of you marrying, seeing your wife mixing egusi na ogbolo, pounding something, then why should you marry this lady? She's not for you. Don't fall into the trap of saying, okay, we can work. You would work.
But Uncle Beno, any guy will fall. Adesua is such a beautiful girl, right? And this guy chased her down. He even waited. He called it. He waited for God. He just handed it to God, and then eventually she came back and toasted him. After he had busy chaser. Eventually she came back and said, say you be my husband, right? And then butterfly passion enters stomach. And they're doing well. It's almost 10 years. I think they said they're doing 9 years now.
Of course. Their energy match.
So you go fit, if you were you go fit bend your rules small. Say, babe, I can cook anyway. I can throw down in the kitchen.
Why should I? Look, me, I'm a man who stand on business. I make life easy for everybody. Even at my job. It's a matter of principle. It's a matter of I can take this, I can take this. MOP, I'm not a relationship coach, but these are the things I tell men. It is easy to have a beautiful, peaceful marriage if you know yourself. Because if you can create time to understand who you truly are, it will be easier for you to understand who your partner is. Then you can see the areas where they're compatible and where no fear agree. Then now you know what to manage. Do you get what I'm saying right now, Abba?
I get you perfectly.
That.
You're drilling down on the compatibility part. You're doubling down on that. Like, don't marry somebody that you want this. Just go for somebody that can deliver what you want. And if you do anything outside of that, you fit collect. So I can agree with that.
I don't believe in you're not gonna make it work. There are something that it's hard to change. So it is what it is. And again, you have to know yourself well enough to know that you are not pretending. You see, this thing we're talking about food now. For me, it's a big deal. I've lost count of times that I would take everybody in my house. We will go to fancy restaurant, we will go to anywhere, and they will eat whatever they want to eat, and there I will be, not eating anything. Just because I don't like the food.
Beno, are you saying you can't cook? Are you saying you can't cook?
MOP, I can cook, but there are limits to what I can cook. If you want to go to that route.
Listen,
No.
I can't. I can't. No, wait now. I can't get mad at you for that. I can't get mad at you. You just being honest. I can't get mad at you for that. Especially if you have a lady who cooks. In fact, even if you cook before, you get clumsy after a while. If you have a lady who cook for you all the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's my own personal story. I can cook, but I'm super clumsy because she cooks. You know, so I'm with you on that one, Okubeno. I'm with you on that one. Trust me.
We are different on on many things as men. We as men, we have to know ourselves. It's very important. Since everything will come back to us, oh, you are the leader. You have to take the lead. Bros,
but now, Okubeno,
before you lead other people.
But now, Okubeno, these ladies don't look at us sideways now because I don't agree with you on this. You know, I'm clumsy on cooking. So you can't cook. Isn't that a life skill? Why can't you just cook for yourself? These are the issues.
Let me explain that life skill part.
Go ahead.
It's another argument they put out there. This is it. All of us as young boys, before we get to the point whereby we get married, we cook. We no go school. We no live alone.
We no cook raw for school. If you went to body school, you cooked and you cook better.
So we cook one way or the other. But that food where we they cook, is that the real sense of what cooking looks like? Most of the time we end up cooking gibberish.
But we go survive.
Oh, we are good.
You are good. If we want to go that angle of life skill, we can survive.
Yes. Now, here is the question. That thing where we dey cook when we dey school, can we open our eyes and cook that thing and feed it to our own children?
Your children will tell you, Dad, what is this?
Food poison. I don't have food poison. They shout all the time.
Dad, what is this? Dad, they will tell us it's not funny now. Don't worry, I'll give you my own take on this before we end, okay? Yeah. It's so much. Your point, Uncle Beno. Your point.
Food poison all the time. So my point is simple. Yes, cooking is a life skill, but does that now become something that you want to throw on a man? Why can't you cook? Auntie, I marry you. That's why I don't believe in all these small baby boys who go marry finish, where they don't know where to stand as a man when it comes to some issue with their wives. And this is not me being, what's name that they call them? This is not me being misogynistic or chauvinistic.
No, Okubeno, no be you go say you are not misogynistic, or now the women go determine that.
I've been misogynistic. Whatever you want to
leave that to them. We give them the freedom to express themselves.
If you are a man, you are a man for a reason. There are areas where you will be doing a lot of things that even this cookie thing will be the list of the things your wife want to be worried about if you know what you are doing.
Yeah.
There are so many things you can do that at the end of the day, the cooking will become nothing to your wife. There are laundries. Children will go to school. They will get appointment. There are just so many damn things to do that if you can take care of many of these things, cooking will actually MOP. See, I go talk to them who you want verse, make it verse. Many women that are complaining about cooking is because they are lazy and they don't even know how to cook. Let's call it what it is. The people who are trained, women who are trained on how to cook, and they listen to their mom, cooking is nothing to them. Now we get it. There are occasions whereby you are tired. We're not talking about that. There are occasions whereby your job duties, your assignment do not want you to cook. We are not talking about that. But what I'm talking about is the mindset. This stupid mindset they are having right now, that
we should separate all of that. Separate all of that. You're tired and unreasonable man. A man who doesn't know when to let you rest because it's been a long day. There's that conversation, and there's the conversation of cooking as a chore in the family, right?
Exactly. So we need to understand that these new nonsense women are carrying on social media now. Any man that I can marry, except for you want me to pay B, if you're not gonna enter the auntie. You are talking to a man who is not sure of himself. No man is ready to listen to that crap from you. If the man knows what he's doing.
I need to hear what I'm hearing. Are you saying a man like Banky W is a weak man or no?
Remove Banky W from this conversation.
I said like him now. I said like him.
No.
Okay.
Banky W and his set, they don't factor into this conversation. Nepo babies are not part of this conversation.
Banky W struggle in the street of New York. Oh, you know, be Nepo baby like that. Oh, Banky W struggle like me in college days. Oh, he came from my same area. The guy hustle tire before he went to Nigeria to go and become signing Whiskey.
Former Peking, they come New York for Nigeria.
Are you saying I'm a Nepo baby? What do you mean?
How did you get to the US?
I never tell you.
You had your ticket yourself to come down here. Did you come here all alone? I don't know your story. Did you come here all alone? You start like everyone else. No front, no back. Did you do that?
No. I was born in Dallas. Does that mean I'm a Nepo baby?
No, what are you saying?
No. Are you saying? Uncle Ben, no, you lived in Lagos, so Nami go village, oh. Nami stay for village, oh.
I don't know where you are going with this conversation, but the fact that you say you were born in Dallas, that already disqualifies you in some of this conversation. Let me just be honest with you right now. Yes.
Now, Paco competition with this. Uncle Beno says more Paco than me. That's what he's trying to say.
I don't know if we're going to react to, there is this show now we want to react to. I forget the title now. We're having the conversation on my backstage. Now, one of the show, if I under 24 hours, it don't already get 8 million views. We want to react to it on my platform. It's so emotional because it describes exactly the reality of how some people came out. So that is why I said some of these conversations they are pushing up and down on social media. It get levels. And this is where they mislead a lot of girls. There are some girls now that we hear people like Banky W saying this thing, and they will just jump on it like, then you see Adesua. Adesua is not even cooking, even when she can cook. Why can't my husband cook? That is a mistake. Adesua is not your regular girl. You feel me? Adesua has been this amazing young lady all this while.
Okay.
Now in their home, if they are saying no, I'm cooking, what did they do? It's okay, but that generalization, that first statement from him, that some men will say my wife must cook for me.
He said some now. He said some.
That disqualify him. The men who truly know what they are doing, they will tell their wife to cook for them. I don't care. I'm married to a big girl. If I want to eat pepper soup tomorrow, if I tell her today, babe, I beg, if you come from work tomorrow, you feel me enter China store, I crave pepper soup, I beg. I go just wire money to her account. If she not get that, babe, no. I don't think I can do that tomorrow. But don't worry, Tuesday, I promise you.
So Uncle Bendo, here's the dangerous part. Remember X that we were talking about yesterday, right? The dangerous part is that some impressionable young men, I want you to speak to those men. Some impressionable young men, they're not open to the idea that some days you eat out. They're not open to the idea that your woman is working, it's okay for her to cook and cook in batch cooking and put some in the freezer once a week so that you can go there and make something for yourself. I'm sure you're open to that, right? Just in case she's at work, you can take care of yourself without having to spend money on McDonald's. What do you say to those young men? Because they are impressionable young men and they can listen to us with the wrong side of their ass. Let's talk to those young men. Yes.
Let me tell you something about, before we talk to those young men, let's talk to the sisters first. No verse. Most sisters that are peddling this rubbish about, I go to work, you want me to cook, many of them cannot do bulk cooking. Let's iron that out first.
And we know now.
Hear me out. Most women that in this Western world, most women that can do bulk cooking, they usually don't have this problem of going back and forth about cooking with their husband.
That's a fact.
Maybe we agree on that first.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So what are we saying? Now, to the men, as I'm speaking to you right now, no any man will open his mouth say, me, I can't cook. I can't cook a food that is 2 days old. I can't eat a food that is 2 days old. I hate taking my food out of freezer. I will tell you, say, bro, you get problem. Nobody's supposed to marry you. That's what I would say to that brother, especially in this Western world, because we know, say, now frozen food, now all of us they eat mostly. You don't
100%.
live in a place, you don't live in an economy where you expect a woman to cook differently in the morning, cook differently in the evening. You are a madman if you tell me that. So you see where I'm going, MOP.
Makes sense. It makes sense, Baba.
So,
Makes sense.
those young men that are simply riding with this, they don't even know what they are doing. That's why I said this cookie is not supposed to be a subject of discussion. It's not supposed to be a big deal at all. It's just because right now we have a lot of young ladies who are freaking lazy, that don't even want to cook, and they are looking for perfect excuse to deny that cooking thing. It is what it is. Let's just call it spade a spade.
Okay, Uncle Beno,
Now,
hang out, because some people came back. I think they came back for a reason, right? I was asking for your last word. And at the end inside, Chiye came back. You know, she got caught up earlier on. Adetola is back, and I think they have something to say because she came back. Chiye, don't leave. Okay, Adetola, talk to me, please. I think you came back because you had something on your mind. You want to share with me?
No, I just wanted to. There are some based on this cooking thing,
yes,
right? But I think towards the end, he made some points. I said, okay, it's all right.
Okay, so it took some time to get there.
It took some time. I'm like, okay, it's all right. Yeah, I get that point. My own perspective on this is just know your person, know the kind of person you are, know what you are looking for. On the terms of traditional man, gender role, we know the way the system is right now, especially if you are living in the diaspora. Um, if it's a case of maybe you are working, maybe you have kids, and it's more of there's adjustment line. If it's possible with the whole like bulk cooking, things like that, like what he said, so I don't really think it's an issue of cooking. If you have a partner that also likes to cook, fine and good, but you know, there are also women that will say, no, I want to be the one, even if I'm working full time, to be cooking in the house, no problem. Or it's the case of, oh, I can cook, but I don't really like cooking. No problem.
Let me ask you this question, Aditola. Is there a woman out there? Be honest with me. Is there a woman out there? I know we have the Adesua, of course, but is there a woman out there who says, "I want to be married, but I'll be damned. I don't want to cook"?
There might be. I don't really know people like that, especially in my circle that say, oh, they don't want to cook. I mean, sometimes I do hear in passing that, oh, you know, they cook, they don't really like cooking. It's again, that's their own personal like take on it. But again, like what the point Uncle Beno said about you have to understand yourself. If you go into a relationship with someone that is a traditional conk kind of man, and you say, oh, you want to change, it's not going to work.
It's
So
not going to work. He's going to end up resenting that eventually.
It's not going to work. If you know the person, like yeah, saying I can cook, but I don't like cooking, or if you're in a situation say that you get sick, or you get, you are in a situation where it's not really conducive, or you are weak, maybe different situations could arise. But it's the kind of man that I still need to eat, that kind of situation. You should know the person, like just know the kind of person before you enter into it. I'm not going to say, celebrities or whatever, like they have their own, they may say things out in podcasts. I don't really know what's going on in their homes. That's one thing.
Thank
So
you.
they may say, oh, which is like it's good, like that's their own I don't really have much to say on that. That oh, his wife, like fine and good. That's good if it works for them. That's good if there is no no bad feelings or anything. If it works, the marriage is going perfect and good. Not to
Aditola, from the looks of things, it doesn't look like it's working for them.
well again, that's the thing. So it's not. I'm not going to be. I'm not a. That's where you need to try and find the point because going on podcast, I know these are Nigerian people. They have different opinions. You don't really know the full story. I'm not in the marriage with them.
True.
I don't really know what is
I
going on.
love this sister, man.
Maybe it's trying to say this, it could be saying, oh, this as a way of advising or is a way of, trying to come out to just say his own that there's something wrong. We don't really know. I don't know. But again, what I'll say is everyone, yourself, is like a relationship. My relationship, everyone's relationship is not the same. No one, they are not in the same situation with you. And again, I'm not saying right or wrong. I know the type of this thing I'm in. Other people know the kind of situations they are in. It's not the same. It's just as long as the marriage is working, you have the whole thing sorted out, fine and good. But to say, oh, just because a man can cook and everyone is all in their own situation. That's just my own opinion. So again, you just have to know yourself and know the person you are going into. Because if you say, oh, okay, this is what I want to, but I'm trying to manage something, that's where trouble starts. So
Thank you so
cooking
much.
or no cooking, yeah.
Thank you, Aditola. That's it. You got it off your chest. Just want to make sure so I don't drop you off by mistake again. You submit. That's it. Did you finish your thoughts?
Yes, I finished my thoughts on this. Thank you.
All right, Aditola. Take care. Chie, talk to me. You came back. Your network froze and all type of.
Oh my God, all kinds of shenanigans, man.
In fact,
I didn't even know if you guys heard anything I was saying
we did, we
earlier.
did, we did,
Okay,
we did up to a certain point. But
okay,
yeah,
okay. But I guess you guys have the gist of where I'm coming from.
we got it.
Um,
Yeah. On this one, let
yeah.
me know your thoughts on this one.
Okay, so on this one, um, what I have to say is, yeah, I it just like what's the name of the other lady?
That's Aditola Love.
Adetola Love. So I do agree with knowing who you're dealing with. Because like when you guys are like dating, you would know a guy who would love his wife to be able to cook for him. You will know, right? You also know a guy who's like rigid, who will not um want to like take out the chicken from the freezer to thaw it on your way back from work, or who wouldn't at least boil the rice just anywhere you can do anything to help make things easier. Like um and then at the same time, I honestly didn't think Banky was throwing shade at any man who want their wife to cook. I honestly didn't. It didn't come across as he was throwing shade. He was just saying, the norm that he knows that a
You
lot of
can't
men will be like,
see it, Sister Chi.
it
You
didn't. It
can't
didn't.
get that.
The energy. It didn't sound to me. It didn't come off as he was throwing shade. I mean, MOP. I don't know
It
if
didn't come
that's
up
what
that
you
way
call.
for me too,
It
but
didn't. It
that's
didn't come
Uncle
off
Bendo's
as.
opinion.
It didn't
So
come off as a shade at all. He's just saying
It,
that. But
it,
but maybe
Uncle
it
Bendo
does come
said
up
because
that
I'm a
way.
nepo baby too, so that's why I could relate
It
with
does,
him.
yeah, it does come up that way.
no, absolutely not. I really didn't think he was throwing shade
But
at any
Chie, you
man
too, you're
who.
a nepo baby.
I don't know. I mean, we've experienced life, experienced hardships. So I don't know if you would
What
really call
street?
me a
What
nepo
street?
baby.
What street did you survive from? What
I mean,
streets?
so I was born here, but I grew up in Nsukka. And when
Lobaton, you were born here, but don't forget, you're
yeah, but
disqualified.
listen now,
You're
when I grew
disqualified.
but
You are
when I grew up
disqualified.
no, when I grew up in Nsukka was when things were really hard for lecturers. Like my dad got his PhD here, he had the option of whether he was gonna like have it was one during Reagan's administration where usually when the Republicans come they shut everything down. So At that time, they shut everything down. He didn't have any option but to go home to teach at UNN. But at
So
that
you are
time,
saying you're a campus
we were
baby.
broke.
You
Well,
are disqualified times two.
no, at that time things were hard. There were times that we were drinking Gary morning, afternoon, and night until things started getting better for the lecturers. For real, the people who grew up in UNN, they'll know what I'm talking about. So
You go
yeah,
explain because no
didn't have the same experience.
You go explain. You go explain.
they had it easy.
Uncle Beno does not believe you.
That one not for your pockets. But back to what I was saying before we derail. No, so in terms of Banky, I honestly didn't think he was throwing shit. He was just saying, every household have what works for them, right? Like me, I definitely don't have any issue with, um, you know, cooking at home or whatever. I have children, mouths to feed, but what I will have an issue with is if you're being if you're like rigid and you can't even like bring out chicken, or every now and then if you have time too and you see that I'm down and out and you can cook, you can throw some
Hold on,
put
Chiye.
some together.
Hold on, Chiye. Before you continue, Uncle Bendo, is it me? I feel some type of way when she said, "Bring out the chicken."
From the
Why
freezer to
would you feel some
thaw.
type of way?
Oh, okay.
So it's
It's me.
me.
It's me. Uncle Bendo doesn't feel some type of way. Yeah, continue.
Okay, why would you feel a certain type of way when I'm trying to
Exactly.
help you?
I feel
When
like you're
I'm trying to help
sending me
you,
on an errand as a traditional man.
okay, I'm trying to help you to help your ministry. You want make a cook, Abi, and I'm coming back from a 12-hour shift, and you can't even put the chicken to thaw. Then you don't want me to help you to help your ministry now? Eh, eh. You're unreasonable. You're sending you a message for the thing where you go chop too. I beg, I beg, I beg.
No message. You send me an errand as a traditional man.
Tradition,
Odogu,
you take that traditional,
a titled man, a titled red cap man.
you
Me,
take
I
that
should bring
traditional
out. Me, I
man
should
and
bring out stuff from the freezer.
you take that one, stuff am for inside your pocket. That traditional man you go chop, I beg. Mm. But
I'd rather
yeah.
go hunger strike than go and bring stuff out of the freezer.
Hey, now if you say you want back goals for the marriage, now you know one peace, you want problems always. Yeah, you
Oh
want
God.
problems now. Yeah.
Sorry to interject. Continue, Mabino.
I be say you don't like peace. You don't like to make things easy for yourself. But anyway, no, I mean I don't think that is saying what he's saying is, oh, women, stop cooking for your husbands. That's not, he's just saying in my household, Adesua knows how to cook, but it's not her thing per se. And me, I like to cook. I don't mind cooking. I know people personally. I know folks like that, and then I know folks whereby their man knows how to cook very, very, very well. They can throw down. But in that marriage, the woman knows how to cook too, and he's been the main person doing it. But every now and then, he enters the kitchen and he throws down.
It gets
But
down. Yeah,
he gets down.
yeah.
Like in my situation,
And the woman knows not to make fun of him because she will collect.
no, no,
Yeah.
the woman cook. The woman is the main person that cooks, right? But like, if the situation where he wants to throw down, or something happened and she needs to catch a quick break, it's not a problem. It doesn't mean that he's like, oh, you must cook today. Yeah,
It's like
no, then
it's like the woman knows not to use cooking to punish him because he will throw down. He
exactly.
will get in the
Oh
kitchen
yeah,
and take care of himself. Yeah,
exactly. Peace out. Like, everybody, don't nobody got time for this.
yeah. There's
you
all types
know.
of dynamics out there.
It's
There's
all
all
kinds of
types.
dynamics. It's just, just
Yeah.
like whatever, just like you said, whatever dynamics work for whom. Nobody should come and shade the other person. If you're a man and you don't like cooking and you don't know how to cook, and you shouldn't turn your nose at him. Like, I mean, there's some men that likes to cook. I'll give you a perfect example. In my house, going on, my brother-in-law, my sister, their family, they're staying with me right now. My sister is doing her postdoc, and my brother-in-law, there is nothing he cannot cook. I am like serious. He can cook ofa whole. Like, I think that's his calling. Like, he's probably gonna be go into the catering business, and they're already starting to put stuff out. He can make. He
Nice.
makes. He makes
Cook
the
and sell.
meanest. He makes the
Yeah.
meanest meat pie, chin chin. I don't know if you've had ofa before. It's awesome. It's like
I've never, but chin chin,
it's like
yes.
It's like palm nut soup that you used to eat rice, right? You make a goosey soup. Like you went and bought a pot that can fit you. I can fit you inside of that pot, and you will cook the big pot, and then you cook for my parents because my parents, wouldn't eat certain spices because their health. And my sister throws down too. And like my sister cooks very well as well. So like sometimes he will go and buy like cases of tomato. He will blend out the tomato, just make it ready, and then my sister will come home and start cooking, and then he will go and be doing his work or whatever. Like you see that team work, but he's a really good cook, and his kids love when he cooks also. But you don't see my sister saying, oh, you must cook. No. Like you see that there's that respect there, but he willingly just enters the kitchen and does his thing. Like the other day I was asking him for a particular dish. Oh yeah, I already planned, that's the one I'm gonna cook tomorrow. I'm like, okay, I bet.
Wow. Wow. So that's not going to be a point of contention between them. Probably almost never. Oh, you muted though. She probably got a call.
Oh,
Okay.
not at all. Absolutely not. My
Yeah,
sister
yeah.
is a wicked cook, and she there's sometimes on a Saturday all day, she takes out time and they cook, and then the husband will come and package all of them and go and arrange it in the freezer. And my sister cooked all day, different thing, so it's like it's not an issue for them at all. If you don't cook, I'll cook. No, I don't. You don't even have to send me. I've already said myself. I already planned I was gonna do this.
Yeah.
And the meat pie and the chin chin thing, they work together, like
Nice.
so
So, Sister Chinye,
yeah.
can I paint a scenario for you briefly? I just want to get your
Sure.
take on it.
Sure.
All right. So your youngest brother comes to you. He's probably matured, old enough to be married. He comes to you and say, "Hey, Chi, I think I found my life partner. I found a woman I want to spend the rest of my life with. I love her. She loves me. Everything looks great. But we are planning our wedding. I already proposed. Everything is good. But she tells me once we're married, she's not interested in cooking. That I should expect her to cook in this marriage, that we have to, I cook, you cook, I cook, you cook." Your younger brother tells you that. What's gonna be your response to him?
Well, first of all, asking how does it feel about that? Is that something that, like, because like I don't like the way that it's like she's making it like authoritative, like, oh, like it's whack because as a woman, first of all,
Oh, I
Yes.
can hear her.
Somebody's probably trying to call her. And God
So,
helps
sorry,
her.
sorry,
Okay, you're back.
my earpiece died.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay. We
so
can hear
it's
you.
not. First of all, I don't even like that tone. Oh, okay, in this marriage, it's gonna be like this. I cook, you cook. Like coming off like that. I feel a ways about it. But
Okay.
if you're coming off like, hey, like, hey, I would. It would be nice, if you like, also like, help me out, especially when you see that in my down days or whatever. Sometimes I might not feel like it. It'll be nice if, like, there's a way you approach things, but your tone will make the man, even if you know that people say you will never see me in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You understand? So it depends on how you're approaching things. Me
So
personally,
what would you advise your brother?
no, I'll ask my brother, how do you feel? Like, are you in tune
He's
with that?
indifferent. He's
Yeah.
indifferent about it.
If he's indifferent about it, he's the one who's going to be in the marriage. If he's indifferent about it, like my brother, my real life younger brother, he knows how to cook, like, very well. If he's indifferent about it and he doesn't mind, whereby sometimes the wife will cook and sometimes he will cook, and that's how it comes off at, and he's okay with it, then that's fine. But the thing is the tone. I don't like that tone.
Sorry, what's
Right.
tone? What tone?
The way Ben said it, like, the one said, like, well, I'm not gonna be the one cooking, but like sometimes
Oh, if the lady gives that tone, that tone is
yeah,
that tone is giving a lot. There's
it's
an
giving a
undertone.
lot.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
what? Like, you're
That
not
is
even supposed to come off like that at all.
because that is basically what they are saying right now.
The
I
people
cook.
that are complaining about cooking, that's how they
So,
talk about it. That's the honest truth.
that's
Yeah.
it.
They seem to always come off very standoffish, very
No,
as
I
a
don't.
matter of fact.
Personally, I don't like that tone because, like,
So, okay.
especially the way I grew up, and I feel like, okay, as the mom, you have children, right? Like,
Mhm.
what are you gonna be feeding your kids? What are you gonna be teaching your kids to
Let me
pass on
answer
to
it
the
for you. They
generation?
will say, "Is it not our children?"
It's our children, but as a woman that you are a nurturer, like there are some things that you're gonna nurture into your kids, like naturally, you know.
They
There are
said,
some things
leave,
that you're supposed
they
to
said, leave
kind of
that thing. We are
nurture.
humans. Human is human. It doesn't matter if you're a man or woman. Human is human. That's what they will say usually.
Let them clap for themselves now. Clap for yourself.
Listen, Uncle Beno, it's a good question that you asked, Uncle Beno. It's a good question, and I'm glad that we took this long. This conversation are this long. They need to be this long because we get to address all the nuances, the hidden nuances. It's easy to hide behind talking points, you know. The one that says your job to cook, that one we know, that one to go collect last. Because now him go spend money on Olosho later on and then come back and start to tell Olosho it's your job to cook. Are you okay? You know?
Yeah,
So
it's different for everybody, man of prestige. That's why I've always been of the opinion that know yourself, know what you want, know what you can take, know what you're not going to accept. Put it all on the table. You lay it on the table. Your woman lay her own on the table. You begin to compare and contrast. Where can we compromise? Where can we blend? Can I adjust here? Can you move there? When you get to deal breakers are deal breakers for a reason. That's why I keep saying that this thing about marriage is not hard. People just make a mess out of it. It's not hard. Marriage becomes difficult when you are trying to impose your will, your option, your way of life. You want to impose everything on your partner. That's when marriage becomes an issue. It's simple negotiation. Do you want this? Yeah. Can you do this? You can't do it? Okay. Bye. It's so freaking easy.
Uncle Beno, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You made the show much more colorful. Chinye, talk to me, Chinye. Chinye, give me your last word so I can get Uncle Beno's last word, then I'll give my monologue, then I'll go and sleep somewhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Oh shoot. Were you guys hearing the whole time I was talking with my kids?
I heard your children. They're fantastic as
I
always.
thought I was muted.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm
I
so
muted
sorry.
you. Yeah.
My bad.
I actually use you to test ahead of tomorrow's show because sometimes I want to mute my uncle on the Sharp Edge News, and I'm wondering will he be able to unmute because he's legally blind. So today I tested it, and I'm able to mute and unmute person, so it works. That's good.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my last take is we should try not to make this thing so complicated. Like I'm the type of person that I believe in enjoying my marriage. I believe in enjoying my partner. So like however way we can make it easy for one another, you know. Like if I'm like the main person planning the cooking and sometimes I don't have any ideas and I come to you, you know, take interest and help me try to figure it out. Or if there are times I'm down and out, help yourself, help the children, you know, let's just make it work together. It's not, you know, this thing shouldn't be too difficult.
Absolutely.
It shouldn't be too hard. It's not a big deal, man. You know, toss your foot in the microwave.
Cooking is definitely should be the list of our issues.
Oh my God,
yeah,
like
crazy.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. So that's my take on it.
Thank you, Chinye. We'll talk to you soon, right?
Alrighty.
All right, bye.
It's always an issue for people who don't know how to cook and lazy.
Wala.
That's my own take. Cooking is always
What
are you saying, MOP?
Did you watch some of the boxing?
I watched.
Some of it.
Watched yesterday.
I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was funny. It was funny as hell. It was more funny than anything. But Yeah, Okumado, you have a few minutes after the show. When I end the live, so we can chat right here on this screen, so I can share some stuff. You have a few minutes, or we can do it during the week. It's up to you.
I have to do a couple of things, but we can talk for like maybe 5-10 minutes after the show. No problem.
Okay, all right, perfect. Give me your last word for the show, so I can go into my monologue.
No, basically, my thing is, look, when it comes to cooking, like Sister Chinye said, cooking is not supposed to be an issue between couples who truly love each other and they know what they are doing. So I'm just going to tie this with that your love is not enough. Everything works together.
Yeah.
If you have attraction, companionship, and you are passionate about each other, cooking won't be an issue. Because everybody will know their role in the marriage, and everybody will also know that it's not rigid, that one person will have to stick to practicing one thing all the time. Sometimes you help out. So cooking shouldn't be a big deal. If I have to advise a young lady listening to this, I would say pay more attention to develop your cooking skills. Because if you don't know how to cook, that can actually later on become a bigger problem in your marriage. Many of these men that are saying, I'm good at cooking, that's why I said some of the men you will meet might not be Nepo baby. Nepo baby don't care. So please, don't make it an issue. And as a man, know this and know peace. You need to learn how to do some things around the kitchen. If you listen to me, you will think that I don't enter kitchen. I enter kitchen a lot. I boil rice. I make my own gari or fufu or anything. I cook yam. I cook beans. The only thing I'm not good at cooking when it comes to soup or something.
Obe, soup, stew.
Right? But if you cook the bulk food in the kitchen, in fact, anytime I'm cooking rice, I'm not the type that cook, let me cook one pangolo of milk of rice. I don't do that. I cook rice, I cook pot, it go full. I have children. So when I'm cooking rice, I'm cooking for everybody. So far, the stew day. I dey make gari, I dey make for the madam wey go work, make my own make out. So all I'm saying, if I have to tell young men is, cooking shouldn't be a big deal. All you just have to do is that if you know you're the type that you want your woman to cook, let her know from the onset that, hey, cooking is non-negotiable for me. I don't want you to get into the house and then you open your mouth and tell me, hey, can't you get out the kitchen and cook? I swear, I feel divorce you because of that. I know, say you go bring another conversation. But if you open your mouth, you tell me, what are you telling me? Can't you, your mate are entering kitchen and cook. Can you enter the cooking? You that I married, I pay your dowry for everything. No, divorce. If he end in divorce, if you take that route. So please, it's not a big deal. It's not supposed to be an issue. Just ironing out with your partner. And then what's the final topic there? We spoke about MOP.
It's your job to cook, 24-hour rule, and it's love enough or not, basically.
The 24 hours rule for me is simple. You text somebody, that is love. The person is supposed to reply you. Even 30 minutes is too late for somebody to reply. But let us assume the person is engaged. He's doing something. He doesn't have time to check his phone. 1 hour later, the person is supposed to reply you. If the person no reply you, 2 hours, no reply. By 3 hours, do him a favor. Be human. Put a phone call through. Forget romance now. Go into life-saving mode. Assume he crashed.
Making sure he didn't die inside of a bedroom and nobody found out.
Assume he may have heart attack. Just do something. When you make that one phone call through, if he picks up, fine. If he doesn't pick up, fine. Now you have two-factor authentication. MOP. You know how it works?
Multi-factor authentication. Yeah. Yes.
That is two-factor authentication. Because he might see you tomorrow or next and say, you see that girl? oh, she's so pompous. Then you can say, don't listen to that MF. I text him, he didn't reply. I thought he was dying. I would try to call him. He didn't pick. Now you are justified. That's my take on that one, MOP. Thank you.
I appreciate. First of all, thank you so much for all the work you helped me with behind the scenes with this channel. I want you to know that I really appreciate it. Uncle Beno also teaches when it comes to YouTube. If you want to run YouTube, you want to become a content creator, you want to master the game of content creation, you can reach out to him at Uncle Beno. He has a course that he actually recorded, so check him out on that. Uncle Beno, I'll go drop you behind the stage. Let me round up. I'll go bring you right back up. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, wasn't that an awesome conversation? Toby and Try said, what if a woman doesn't enjoy cooking? Should she learn to just do it as a duty or marry a man who enjoys doing it? If she doesn't enjoy cooking, I think to a large extent is highly irrelevant to the conversation. But we have to dig deeper to really see what I mean by that. The idea that a man wants you to cook for him is really just a gesture. It's an expression of love. It's something of that nature, And I don't think it's a bad idea as a woman still in 2026, even if you just know how to, number one, enjoying how to do it. I think you'll get a pass on that anyway. If you don't enjoy this, a lot of even Auntie B, I think Auntie B said she doesn't enjoy cooking, but she cooks. Not because she has to cook. She probably there's a thing that you enjoy cooking for your family. There is the enjoy cooking. Those two can actually be separate. Right? But I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second here. Do me a favor, hit the like button. We're going to have more episodes on this Banky W thing. Shout out to all the panelists that helped make this much more colorful. Shout out to Ade T Love. Shout out to Abby. Shout out to Chinye. Shout out to Uncle Beno. I'm going to round up in just a few more minutes. So hang in there. I'll be right back.
This is Ola, Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoy this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number One Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All right, welcome back. So let's talk about why most relationships fail. And I'm going to use the case studies that we've covered today. I'm going to use that to round up this show. I think this is a very important conversation, but I want to talk about it in the form of why most relationships fail. I have a previous episode on this, but this is what I call the 3 additional mistakes on why. Okay, listen, a lot of people think relationships fail because people fall out of love. That's what a lot of people think, but no. Most relationships fail because people walk into love with confusion, internet rules, silent fears, ego protection, and a ton of unrealistic expectations. They never really taken the time, a me time, to really examine. They've never taken the time to examine some of these things deeply. And as usual, we just finished that conversation, with some of the most intelligent people you'll find on the internet, frankly. And shout out to you, the Prestige family, listening behind the scenes too. The confusion is real. And there's this evergreen confusion about having control as a leader. We were having that conversation also on Uncle Beno's platform a few days ago. Having control as a leader and versus controlling behavior from a psychological standpoint. Men swear that control is not a bad thing, and women are surprised when they find out that they can also be as controlling as anything. They like, wait, women can be controlling? Yes. Right? But the reality is that many of you listening to this, you're exhausted, you're tired of guessing, tired of overthinking, tired of hearing you're too needy, you're too masculine, you're too assertive. Remember the one I just said, As a matter of fact, the attitude that comes with some of there's element of truth in some of that, but some of it is just generally speaking, a lot of people are just too judgmental, right? You're too emotional. They will just hit you with that when you have an opinion. You ask for too much. Men are trash. Women are impossible. They lack accountability. You've heard these things before. Marriage is a scam. Love, now for mumus. You hear all kind of stuff on the internet, right? So now some of you are secretly terrified that no matter how much effort you put in, modern love still feels unstable. Like one big misunderstanding, one bad week, one influencer clip, one comment section comment, and before you know it, it's just nasty everywhere. Everybody is cursing each other out. Literally, they just go for each other. Some people will just call out your mother just for having an opinion. So that emotional fatigue is real, and the internet is making it worse because people are replacing wisdom with viral talking points. And that's why we must continue these conversations. All right. The first mistake is what I call the kitchen war. Okay, the kitchen war. I think Uncle Beno, I've spoken at length to this. We call it the kitchen war. People are fighting over roles, which, by the way, are usually just symptoms instead of building influence and partnership. Right? Many people commented on that first video on BANKY, right? Some people, we had a comment that said everybody is arguing about who cooks, but nobody's asking whether the couple actually feels united. And that's something I want to add onto this conversation. The goal is united front. This is supposed to be a union. The goal is oneness. The goal is unity. And that's exactly what the issue is in all of this. Like, we can talk about all the surface level stuff, cooking, love is not enough. All that stuff is symptom. And the way you interpret them is a function of your mindset. But something that all of us can agree to is that this is about oneness. This is about unity, being on the same page. Uncle Benno also spoke to that, right? It's about knowing yourself and making sure that you align with the person you're getting with. He calls it compatibility, right? So compatibility is a very large conversation that we're going to have another day. We can't finish this conversation, right? So, but again, that's exactly some of the issues. Some men grew up believing cooking automatically equals femininity and love. So, someone said cooking that civilized people are now jumping on YouTube to learn. People that didn't even learn it, they're jumping on YouTube. They want to learn it from a place of love. Like I was just saying, it's something that you offer a person that you care about. The last thing you're thinking about, if you really care about a person, as a woman, yes, yeah, dare I say as a woman, is that you can't wait. You're just in love. You can't wait to cook for him. Yes, and by the way, there's a possibility you might get tired of cooking 8 years from now. You might get exhausted with childbirth, working too much, career advancement. And that's usually when these issues come up, which is why talking about it in the beginning might be somewhat unrealistic for some people because they're in love. They can't see that far. But I think it's still a good lesson. Why don't you talk about it? Just talk about it, from a place of love, of course, right? So the guy who told me earlier on today on TikTok was just like, some people are jumping on YouTube to learn cooking, and some of you are just majoring in the minors. In essence, this is really a non-issue, right? Some women now hear that expectation, and immediately they feel controlled. They feel reduced. They go straight to talking about patriarchy, misogyny, all this kind of stuff, when the real issue is not really that, all right? And then the influencers on both sides, they escalate the war because outrage gets views, polarized views get views, right? But like I was saying, oneness is the real goal. Oneness, not performance, not social media approval, not gender debates. Research from relationship experts all around the world consistently shows that successful couples focus more on emotional responsiveness and shared meaning than rigid household roles and rules. The healthiest couples negotiate what works for them. That's what BANKY meant when he said, what works for you. And you in this context means both of you, not one person, not anything you say from any selfish standpoint of view. Okay? As in, we're talking about oneness, we're talking about unity. Negotiation is not boardroom style, by the way. It's nuanced, it's real time, and it can sometimes feel one-sided for the short term. But people online often don't want understanding. They want validation for their own biases. And this leads into the second mistake. What is the second mistake? I call it the indicator ignorance. What is the indicator ignorance? Nia Long, right, was talking about don't judge, right? Don't judge if they don't text back in 24 hours. But she's saying that's my rule. If I text, you don't text back, it is what it is. Okay, fair. I think that's fair. But let's be emotionally intelligent here with this conversation. Time is an indicator of value, not an absolute law. Of course not, right? An indicator, if somebody consistently disappears, like Abby was saying earlier on, consistency, it is an indicator. It doesn't mean it's an absolute rule. It's not an absolute rule of any time, but it's an indicator, right? Somebody they're not consistent. Sometimes they disappear, delays, avoid efforts, keep communications, they keep it vague, one short answer. They just, there's no engagement, right? They only engage when it's convenient. And you're allowed to read those as signs. It's okay. Okay? It's okay to read that as signs. But remember, you're looking for patterns, not one-offs. Okay? That's not insecurity. That's awareness. Someone said people don't ignore what they truly prioritize. Even busy people signal interest. And he's right. That person is right. Now, obviously, life happens, right? Like somebody can get hit by a bus, like Uncle Beno was saying. But part of that is also to understand that first impression are also as good as patterns. You must know that first impression, they are just as good as patterns in reality. I'm not talking about what should be. I'm not talking about what's fair. I'm talking about just in simple reality. But again, emergency happens. We get that. But it's all fair. Okay? Work happens. Work can happen. But patterns matter more than excuses. And again, first impression are just as good as patterns. Too many people are abandoning discernment because they're scared of sounding controlling or needy, of losing a person. And that brings me to something important, because I think many people oversimplify controlling behavior. Again, back to that controlling thing. A leader inspires cooperation. A controlling person manipulates freedom. Huge difference. A healthy leader in a relationship says, for example, here's what I think is best for us. A controlling person quietly, more often than not, they quietly punishes individuality, and it's not always preceded with a motive or bad intentions. Okay, outside of emotional coping mechanisms. All right. So, and most people miss the early signs because they only look out for the dramatic examples after everything is already broken. So, for example, by the time she stops you, or she nags you every time you want to hang out with the boys. Yes, it can be deemed as controlling, ladies. Yes, but that's extreme. Usually, it's too late at that point. Yes, dare I say usually? Okay, usually it's too late at that point. And by the way, she showed some early signs you missed because they weren't as obvious. You couldn't touch them. They weren't tangible signs. Okay, so let me know in the comments if you want me to do another segment on the on the early signs of a controlling wife or a controlling husband. Signs that they are very easy to miss. If you want me to do a video on that, let me know. Okay, but control does not start with screaming. It often starts psychologically. You stop expressing preferences because they got irritated. You start walking on eggshells. You feel guilty for harmless, independent decisions. You over-explain small actions to avoid tension. You slowly lose comfort being yourself, right? That's the dangerous part. Those things are very subtle, very quiet. You might even justify, you might even give excuses for them. And it's not about the excuses you give for them. It's about the fact that if you wait, this thing can become very combustive. Is that an English word? Yes. So, and you get to define control as a victim. The same is true if you're lucky enough to have a partner who is somewhat complaining about control, right? Don't sit there and argue about the dictionary meaning of control, because By the time the obvious control sign shows up, emotional freedom has already been shrinking for a long time. It might just be too late. And that's why in our book, the number one red flag, right? This book, you can get it. You can get it. It's scrolling on the screen at manofprestige.com, right? A number one red flag, the chapter green flag, number 3 on individuality is so important, right? Lola and I, we talked about healthy love, right? Healthy love allowing individuality to breathe, right? Allowing space for your partner to just be human. Shout out to Uncle Beno, right? Real intimacy is not ownership. Now, let me give you a tactical win right here, okay? Ask yourself this question tonight. Can I fully be myself in this relationship without the fear of emotional punishment? No, not physical. Stop looking for physical punishment. A lot of the issues that people are dealing with, they start emotionally in the beginning, all right? Not perfection. We're not talking about perfection. Not rebellion. Some of you, when you make your point, you make your opinions, your arguments, we can hear the rebel in you already. It's not your fault, but it's something that needs to be addressed, right? Now, just authenticity. That's what we're talking about. If the answer is no, don't ignore that feeling. Because healthy relationships create emotional safety, not emotional surveillance. Like the Ring camera in front of your house, like the camera you set in the house, right? Yeah, you're not looking. That we're not. Emotional surveillance will stifle, will smother the life out of whatever you call love in that relationship. And then the third mistake. This one is the deepest one, right? This one, we talked about it at length today, right? We'll call it the flawed definition of love, okay? So it is the flawed definition of love, but if I was talking to a person that says love is not enough, I wouldn't say those words because that's quite dismissive. I want to know what they think love is, right? Now, I understand what people mean, but I think the statement is incomplete. Love is enough. When you properly understand love, love is not just emotion. We agree to that today. In one shape, form, or the other, we agree to that today. Love is accountability. Love is strategy, right? Some of you are not religious. Forget the quote, God is love. I get it. I believe in that personally, but maybe you don't believe in that. I get it. But in general, in practical terms, right? Love is strategy. Love is emotional intelligence. Love is discipline. Love is growth. And love is self-awareness. And without those things, you're not really practicing love. At least not for marriage. You could fall in love. Anyone born out of a woman have the right to fall in love. If you have Jim going on in your mind, you can fall in love, okay? It's just infatuation. It will last for a while. Tops. If you're in a marriage, it lasts for 2 years. But real life kicks in at some point, right? All right. What you're practicing is feelings. Maybe you are in love, right? That's okay. And feelings alone are unstable. That's why people can love each other deeply and still destroy the relationship through ego, poor communication, and unresolved trauma, selfishness, defensiveness, or lack of purpose. Most people don't prepare for marriage. That's a fact, right? Even with marriage counseling in their face, dangling in their face like this, they don't prepare for it. So I'm saying that so you can give yourself room, pat yourself on the back, say you're not alone. But it's never too late if you're listening to me right now. Only if you're listening to me right now. They prepare for a wedding, most of them, and hope emotions carry the rest. They don't admit this out loud, right? That's the real truth. And sometimes even they really want to prepare. Oftentimes they can't fully comprehend what we're talking about for those of us that have been in married long enough. Right? And that's real. And honestly, this is why chapter 7 of Get My Marriage Back, building your real love story, matters so much. We shared how intentional couples must become builders, not just dreamers, because modern love is not surviving on vibes anymore. I'm sorry. Okay, vibes and inshallah. It requires emotional maturity, right? And it's often hard to find that outside of a relationship, unless you've been inside a relationship and you now came out. Then you have a point of reference. You make sense, right? So it requires awareness though, but it's a good place to start with if you're listening to this conversation right now. It's a fantastic place to start from, right? It requires refining your understanding of value in a digital age where everybody is influenced by strangers online every single day. So the question becomes, Are you building your relationship for oneness? Or are you just following a set of rules you found in a TikTok comment somewhere because they were able to relate with your feelings, your pain that you've been through, the ghosting, the cesspool of the date? I get it, right? We hear the stories all the time. I hear the stories all the time, okay? So I've got clients in the dating phase, in the marriage phase, in the divorce trying to remarry phase, in the I'm single, I don't care about marriage. I've got clients in all of that. So I hear all the stories, right? So, but sometimes I have to yield. Right? I have to yield to listening for understanding. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you today. Hopefully, I was able to cover your questions. Okay, shout out to Cool Mama, shout out to Glamola. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Shout out to Toby and Tribe, of course. There's so many men that don't care. They're willing to pay for HF. Yes, that's a nuance we should have covered. I saw that comment when you put it on there. It's all nuanced. It's all nuanced, and a lot of things we're talking about for the most part are just symptoms. They're not the real issues. But to be fair, it takes a lot of patience to get to the real issues. So be patient with yourself. If you don't collect for this street of relationship, it's not your fault. Last, everybody go chop breakfast. Shayo. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Uncle Beno, thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for Adetola Love. Thank you to Abby. Thank you to Chinye. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Hopefully, you've been enlightened and educated. Take care and God bless. I'll see you soon.
This is Ola Akman of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.